Estill Chevrolet Cadillac is this area's new and used car headquarters, earning your trust one satisfied customer at a time. Estill Chevrolet Cadillac, North Clinton Street in Defiance, and online at drivebobestill.com. For the past 70 years, Midwest Community Federal Credit Union has been your financial partner, helping you achieve your dreams and secure your future. Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, with locations in Defiance, Bryan, and Napoleon. Find out more at midwestcommunity.org. Proudly serving the area with the highest quality contracting services for nearly 100 years. Baker Schindler Company of Defiance and Paulding. 419-782-5080. Online at baker-schindler.com.
Superior Credit Union, a not-for-profit member-owned financial cooperative. Visit superiorcu.com to find out more about joining the winning team at Superior Credit Union.
Oh, nothing like a little journey before first pitch, as there you see both head coaches at home plate exchanging some pleasantries, some lineup cards. We are just around the corner from first pitch as Tinora and Kalida here on a very chilly Saturday morning. Got a date for prom?
No.
Wow. Thought you might take your lovely bride. No?
Oh,
Not
no.
gonna be the
I don't know
case?
if they'd let us in.
Not even as chaperones?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
Definitely not as chaperones.
Fair enough. They know trouble still many, many years later, don't they? Let's take a look at our keys to the game first for the visiting Kalida Wildcats. And again, nothing too difficult here, but they're going to throw Jackson Hoffman. He's going to be in the mid to upper 70s. He does have a nasty slurve or slider, as Coach was telling me, but he will throw a changeup. So he's got a good three-pitch mix, but key for him, fill up the zone.
Yeah, as the key for any pitcher at this level is if you throw strikes, good things will happen.
And then on the flip side, it's chilly. You're probably going to find yourself maybe having to keep your hands warm, keep a good feel for the ball. Don't have to make anything spectacular, but make the routine play here this afternoon. On the flip side for Tinora, again, they are looking very strong right now. They have won 6 straight since we were last here broadcasting that Fairview game. And you talked about it, Coach. Just keep your mindset. Keep competing.
Yeah, you just got to keep competing, keep getting better every day. They are still a very young team that just continues to improve every day.
And the second, look, it's easy to maybe let your mind wander a little bit. You're going to start taking prom pictures here about 3 hours after the game. Your mind might wander again to the dance tonight, but keep things where they are supposed to be. And right now, first things first, the dance is going to be a lot more enjoyable if you win the game today. Those are your keys to the game, brought to you by Northwest State Community College. Your key to a great career starts with a great education. Give them a call at Northwest State Community College. As we are getting set for the playing of the national anthem, it's going to be brought to you by our sponsor, the Defiance County Veterans Office. Pleased to support veterans and their families, keeping them involved and up to date with services that they are eligible for. If you'd like more information on what you might be eligible for, give their office a call at 419-782-6861. I guess I should give Northwest State Community College's admissions office their number out as well, 419-267-1320. Check in with them today. Matter of fact, there's several Ayersville kids that are attending Northwest State.
Yeah, it's a great place for kids to go to start their education. It's relatively inexpensive, and they have some really, really good programs out there.
A couple former athletes ran into one at a softball game earlier. I'm not sure if Belle McGuire is on the dean's list or not, but at least she's still enrolled, so I guess she's doing a good enough job, right? She'll probably be blushing that I mentioned her during a baseball game after 2 years of graduation, but she never was shy about getting on the air.
No, she's not shy.
And she's not now. We are going to give you the starting lineups here in just a second, but first things first, we've got the national anthem as both teams lining up respectively down there. First base and third base foul lines. Tinora in their home green jersey tops with the white lettering and numerals and the white trousers. Kalida in their traveling gray uniforms with the maroon numerals and lettering with the white trousers. My guess is you know who the umpires are here. It's always helpful to have a former coach, preferably one that's never been run by one of these two guys. So behind the plate, we've got Nick Damon, and Zach Grosjean. You know, that's a G.
Yeah.
That looked Greek to me.
Yeah,
so.
it can be.
As everyone rises now for the playing of our national anthem, brought to you by the Defiance County Veterans Office. And the national anthem in the books, courtesy of our underwriter, the Defiance County Veterans Office. Let's go ahead and take a look at your starting lineups, brought to you by Baker Schindler Company. Proudly serving the area with the best home construction equipment and supplies for nearly 100 years. Matter of fact, you were around for that very first.
Yeah, the first one. First delivery they made, I was there.
A proud pitchman for Baker Schindler Company. Again, in all seriousness, we thank Baker Schindler Company. If you're in need of any of their services, check them out online at baker-schindler.com. Let's start with the Wildcats and the following 9 that they will send to the plate in this order. Against Owen Reynolds, it'll be Logan Kerner. He's roaming left field. He's the leadoff man. Owen Siebnick, second base, batting second. Griffin Klossing manning third. He will hit third. Your cleanup hitter is the catcher, Adam Bachrath. Jackson Hoffman, the pitcher, will bat fifth. Caden Looser roaming center field, batting sixth. The bottom third of the order as follows: DH Gavin Lease. Zach Uniferth will be manning the hot corner, and batting ninth, Nathan Colley. Let's take a look at the defense for the Tinora Rams. On the bump, Owen Reynolds, and we'll get you his stats here in just a second. The battery comprised of him and senior Alan Birchfield. From left to right on the green, it's going to be Parker Hancock, Owen Farrell, Avery Mosier, and Colton Snyder. From left to right in the outfield, sophomore, junior, Ryan Mills, Logan Stein, and Jared Neff. I'm still flipping through a cubic ton of paperwork here, trying to make sure that the wind doesn't blow it all over the place. Here are the stats that I promised you. Owen Reynolds on the season, 3 appearances. He's 1-0. He's only tossed 7 innings. He's allowed 9 hits, 6 runs, 4 earned. He's walked 7 while striking out 10. ERA of an even 4.00. Opponents hitting .290 against him, and his whip 2.286. So decent numbers, but again, against a high-octane offense, he's going to need to be around the plate. And on a day like today with that wind, well, it's kind of circulating. Right now, the stripes aren't too bad in center field, but you're going to want to be able to pitch to contact here this afternoon. He's not going to overpower you.
Yeah, he's going to be a kid that's going to have to throw strikes. He'll get into the 80s, throw a good breaking ball. But he'll compete out here on the mound.
That's all you need to do. So 2 balls and a strike right now to the leadoff man, Logan Kerner. So on a swing and a miss. On a very chilly morning like this, and you can see the home plate umpire, Nick Damon, is bundled up. He's probably the smartest guy at the field right now. I might put my gloves on as there's a swing and a miss. And that's a West Banco strikeout to open up the ball game.
Number 2, Owen.
Yeah, it just came right at him there with fastballs and challenged him. And on a day like today, too, everybody's talked about trying to pitch when it's cold. It's hard to hit when it's cold like this, too. So
we'll see how long that lasts. It's so cold that the lead in my pencil just snapped off, ladies and gentlemen. So that will bring up Owen Siebnick, the second baseman. Siebnick entering this afternoon's or this morning's contest, hitting .217. This one, a shot back up the middle, backhanded by Mosier. Sets, plants, fires. Boy, I tell you what, he covered a ton of ground there, and there's 2 away.
Yeah, nice play, nice and relaxed. Got down, backhanded that ball, and set his feet, made a really good throw, and 2 quick outs.
Which is what you want to do on a day like today. Keep the tempo, don't you?
Yep, keep tempo where you can get back in the dugout and you guys can get your coats on and stay warm. And
so here's Griffin Klossing digging in. Klossing hitting .268 entering this afternoon. I keep saying this afternoon. I'm not used to anything before noon. This morning's contest. On-base percentage of .388. Does have a trio of doubles. And he's drawn 7 walks this season, so he knows how to get aboard. He's looking at a 1-1 count. Reynolds, the righty. Again, that fastball looks like it's got a little arm side run to it.
Yeah, good 3/4 arm slot there, and runs into the hitters here a little bit.
2-1. This one nubbed back up the middle, a little bit of a slower roller. Mosier's going to have to charge. Sets, fires, and they got him. So the Rams second baseman showing some pretty good leather here to start things off in the top of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left aboard. We have played through 1/2 inning. No score. Wildcats nothing. Rams coming to the plate. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Estill Chevrolet Cadillac is this area's new and used car headquarters, earning your trust one satisfied customer at a time. Estill Chevrolet Cadillac, North Clinton Street in Defiance, and online at drivebobestill.com. Past 70 years, Midwest Community Federal Credit Union has been your financial partner, helping you achieve your dreams and secure your future. Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, with locations in Defiance, Bryan, and Napoleon. Find out more at midwestcommunity.org.
And we welcome you back to Grube Field at Tinora. Breakfast at the ballpark. Brent Balbanon alongside Coach Mag saying thank you for joining us. Not a conference matchup here, as Tinora on a 6-game win streak out of the GMC, hosting Kalida out of the Putnam County Conference. That's a little bit of a unique conference. It's kind of spread out. They've got some good teams, but it's a little bit of a bus ride for Kalida to get here this afternoon, this morning as well.
Yeah, it's probably a good 40 minutes for them, 45 minutes, and coming off of a game late last night. They had a 7 o'clock start against Coldwater last night. And up early this morning getting back at it. But that's baseball. That's part of the grind. You play when the sun's out.
And in this case, if it's prom, you play before the sun rises. Oh, check that. Let's flip it over here as you're taking a look at Jackson Hoffman. Starter, right-hander for the Wildcats. You've got the stats on him there. As you can hear the wind whipping all of a sudden. I'm afraid my stuff's going to blow between here to Archibald right now, but he's one of their frontline guys, and he's been pretty steady from what the coaching staff was telling me.
Yeah, it looks like he's thrown 14 innings, 4 starts, an ERA of 1.2.
That's pretty stingy. We will set the defense here in just a second as Logan Stein will dig in from the right side. He's looking at an 0-1 count. This one gets dirty. Let's take a look at the Rams 9. Well, check that. Let's go with the Wildcats. Why not? Adam Backrath behind the plate from left to right on the infield. Unifirth, Colley, Siebenek, and Klossing. From left to right in the green, Logan Kerner, Caden Looser in center, and Parker Vorst in right. And after this next pitch, we will set the Tinora lineup for you as the count now 2-1 to Logan Stein. This one misses in the cellar. Logan coming into this morning's contest, hitting .250 on the season. He's worked the count to his favor now, 3-1. This This one misses upstairs for ball 4, and the leadoff man aboard to open up the first here for the Rams. Let's take a look at the lineup. There you go. Logan Stein leading it off. Ryan Mills in left field bats second. Owen Reynolds will hit third. In the cleanup spot, Parker Hancock, the first baseman. We were kind of joking with him a little bit as they were warming up this morning. He's batting .286. Alan Birchfield will be behind the plate, batting fifth. Hitting sixth, shortstop Owen Farrell. In the bottom third of the order, Colton Snyder, Jared Neff, and Avery Mosier batting in the 9-hole. Avery Mosier hitting .259 on the season as Ryan Mills will dig in from the right side. There's a little bit of good glove side movement as Mills takes for strike 1.
Yeah, a little cut fastball there maybe. Had just a little bit of cut to it and gets ahead in the count, and that's the idea today.
This one misses high and inside. Break Hoffman's delivery down for us. He looks like he stays upstairs quite a bit. I don't want to call it stiff, but it's a different motion. Works out of the stretch from the letters.
Yeah, he's pretty straight over the top. It looks like. Yeah, not much bend in his back.
No.
But
so where do you generate your power with that type of delivery?
He's mostly arm right here, and doesn't really get into his leg that much. There he did a little bit, and that ball was down.
And he grooved it. It's fouled away. Again, Coach Ernsberger said he will live in the mid to upper 70s, but his out pitch is definitely that slider. He says it's got wicked break on it. And with a 2-2 count, does he have confidence to throw it here?
Well, if that's your pitch, it's kind of what you got to go to here.
As he goes over to first quickly. He also pitches from the first base side of the rubber. I mean, he's well over
there. That changes with per kid, depending on the kind of angle they like to generate with a pitch.
Well, he elevates here. It's a high fly ball slicing into foul territory down the right field line, and there's a ton of it here at Group Field. And despite the run, Parker Vorst can't quite get there. So Mills stays alive. There you get a good look at our first base camera. What I like about this facility here, too, is they let us put our cameras on the field. So we are field level at both the first and the third base line. There you get a good look as there's that slider, and that one chopped foul in the dirt.
Yeah, it's really good late break to that pitch, and they did a good job of fouling that pitch off.
Again, it looks like a piece of candy. You think he's missed, and then, as you mentioned, there's late snap on that, and as you saw right there, my guess is he's enticed plenty of opposing hitters to pound weak ground balls to the right side.
Yeah, that's a pitch. If you try to pull that pitch, you're just going to roll over and ground out. So that'll be his out pitch today.
2-2. He busts him inside. Ground ball to third. UniFirst has got it. They'll go to second for one. The relay, not in time. So the ground ball gets the lead runner at first, but Mills is aboard via the fielder's choice. So there's one down, but a runner remains at first for the Rams.
Number 4.
Yeah, nice turn right there. The ball's not hit real hard, and they made that play at first base really close.
Well, most everybody that I talk to, and especially the visiting teams, love playing here because, as you can see, beautiful turf, thanks to Groob. But you don't get bad hops here. The ball plays true.
Yeah, as you would expect on turf. Kalida's field is exactly like this. So
Kalida's a sweet facility.
They're used to playing this. Yeah, Holy Name Ballpark is one of the nicer fields around, and they do it right over there. And a really, really neat environment over there at Kalida for games.
Yeah,
but
they're hosting the Acme tournament again this season. So no balls and 2 strikes. A swing and a miss by Owen Reynolds. Reynolds enters today's game hitting .282. Third best average on the team. And upstairs, a little extra giddy up on that fastball, and Reynolds can't catch up with it. That is a West Banco strikeout, and just like that, there's 2 down. And it maybe have taken a batter or two, but all of a sudden, Jackson Hoffman looks like he's starting to really find his rhythm.
Yeah, after that 5-pitch walk to start the inning, he's really gotten back in the zone and is challenging guys in and out and up and down here.
So here's Parker Hancock as the runner goes, throw down to second, and it's towards the third base side of the bag. So Ryan Mills is in with a stolen base. Hancock took for a ball. I understand you're going to get your hooks on this one, was it?
Yeah, umpire just said that was a strike.
Okay, so let's change it. The scoreboard read ball, but it is 0-1. We are literally right behind home plate. Sometimes I think if we talk just a little too loud, we got to be like broadcasting in a library. But part of the deal, too, is, and the coaches have told me, hey, if our guys are focusing on you instead of the game, then we'll have to have a talk. As this bender misses just above the letters to even the count up at 1-1. Hancock, joking with him a little bit. He couldn't find his hat. He was sitting on it, correct?
It was underneath the seat of his truck. He swore up and down. He searched everywhere for it. Well,
what do they always say? It's in the last place you look for it,
yeah.
Right? My understanding is you're going to get your hooks on this young man for some summer league ball.
Yeah, he's going to play with us this summer with the Napoleon River Bandits, and excited about having Parker. He's a kid that swings the bat really well and is versatile defensively.
This one popped up right side, and it's going to get out of play. Count evens up at 2-2. He seemed like a pretty congenial young man.
Yeah, very pleasant.
Joked with him a bit. Said you got to be playing in your tux. That way you don't have to worry about going home and changing. You just go straight to your pictures. Did you see him playing in a tux?
Yeah, it probably would. I don't know if that's a little restricting. You may have to take the jacket off.
Sure. Or you just get a size bigger.
Yeah.
Make it a little loose. As he fouls this one away. Parker, peace and love, young man. We're just having a little good-natured fun with you. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A runner at second here in the bottom of the first. No score. Jackson Hoffman trying to retire Parker Hancock. Hancock trying to bring home the game's first run. Fouls this one straight back. There's a reason. Ooh, that bounces off of now, I believe, a slightly less expensive Dodge Ram pickup in the parking lot. That's why you don't park too close here, folks. 2-2, we'll do it again. This one outside. Oh, great stop by Bockrath. There's going to be a throw down to third. The ball red in the dirt, and the throw gets into left field. Coming up, hustling. Will there be a play at the plate? There will not, as Mills scores standing up with the game's first run.
Great hustle there by Mills. Read that ball in the dirt perfectly. Got a great jump. The throw was rushed a little bit in the left field, and then never hesitates, hops up, and, kind of get a free run right there.
That is called manufacturing some offense. As the count now 3-2 to Hancock. Upstairs, ball 4. Well, and again, Bockrath made a tremendous stop on a ball in the dirt, and I think he might have had a little more time to set his feet and make the throw, because a good throw, I think, would have gotten Mills.
Yeah, he did a nice job of getting out around that ball, and we've talked before about catchers, you have to funnel that ball back to the middle of the field so you can make a play on it, but hop to his feet and just kind of rush the throw, and that happens. That's a tough play for a kid to make right there. So.
Well, and at that point, too, and again, I know you want to make the spectacular play, but is there anything wrong with just eating that baseball?
No, nothing wrong with eating that right there, and then give your pitcher a chance to get out of it. But
so as it stands, Alan Birchfield will dig in from the right side. Time being asked for and granted. Birchfield will dig in from the right side. Boy, above glove's got a little pop, and again, is that kind of I don't want to say a two-seamer, but was that his breaker that stayed elevated, or was that a fastball with some run?
It seemed to have a little cut to it. The fastball that goes away from the right-handed hitter. That could just be a little finger position, a little pressure, one finger to the other, and that'll make that ball cut away from somebody.
Birchfield digs in from the right side. Team's leading hitter, hitting .375. There's that slider. And boy, if he can hit that spot, Hoffman's going to be awfully tough today.
Yeah, nice pitch down and late break to it.
Pitch is pitch. Birchfield down in the count now 0-2. Hoffman coming set from the stretch. There it is, strike 3 on the outside corner. A backwards K, a West Banco K to end the Tinora first, but not before the Rams come up with 1 run on no hits. If my pencil lead will work, 1 run on no hits, 1 error, 1 left aboard. We are through 1. Tinora 1, Kalida nothing. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Proudly serving the area with the highest quality contracting services for nearly 100 years. Baker Schindler Company of Defiance and Paulding. 419-782-5080. Online at baker-schindler.com.
Superior Credit Union, a not-for-profit, member-owned financial cooperative. Visit superiorcu.com to find out more about joining the winning team at Superior Credit Union.
Oh, there you get a good look at sophomore right-hander Owen Reynolds as he takes the bump here to start the second inning, and he's got something that he didn't enjoy a frame ago. The lead. His teammates literally staking him to a one-run advantage. We'll see what he can do against 4, 5, and 6. All right, this is where teamwork comes into play. I'll do this here. You take care of that there. Ladies and gentlemen, what we are doing is taping our stats to our table because the breeze is going to make things a little too interesting here this morning. It is not quite 42 degrees, unless you've got an update on your weather app on your phone, but it is chilly here this morning. Why are we playing at 10 in the morning on a Saturday? Because both these two teams have prom later on this afternoon, so you get your priorities down, right?
Yeah, it's a good environment if you can play early and get it done, and the kids can enjoy being high school kids tonight, and all part of the experience right there. You get to play baseball in the morning, you go to prom at night, and then you get to sleep all day tomorrow.
Yeah. My parents would have said, oh, no, 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 no. Maybe you get your choice going to second service on Sunday. You can come home and nap after that.
There you go.
So here we go. Adam Bachrath digging in and fouls away a 1-0 pitch. Bachrath coming into 42 degrees. All right. I knew you were going to put her to work somehow, right?
She's got to earn her keep.
Does that mean the ride home? 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bachrath coming into today's game hitting a robust .314 in the 4-hole as he takes downstairs. 2-2. The wind's starting to pick up a little bit more now. It's blowing across the diamond from left to right. It tends to be where the wind blows at this field. So if you are playing on the right side of the infield, or especially in the outfield, you need to make sure that you adjust accordingly, as this one misses outside and the count now runs full. We've got a few hardy souls with some blankets and heavy coats on in the stands here. Right down central, my goodness, and I don't know what Bachrath was looking at there, but he got frozen on a low fastball, strike 3.
Yeah, no argument out of him. He just froze him, I don't know, looking for something out of the way, and Owen did a nice job there of getting in on him and just froze him.
Well, and as a catcher, you know the strike zone, and he knew that was a strike, so he will slink back to the dugout with the West Banco strikeout as here comes Reynolds' counterpart, Jackson Hoffman, digging in from the right side, and he takes strike 1. Hoffman. Boy, healthy cut. Comes up empty. Hoffman hitting that's his on-base percentage. His average .222. This one misses upstairs. Team batting average is just .235 for Kalida. That's not what they're normally used to.
No, definitely not. They're always a team that hits well. And again,
Bender elevated, fouled right side, and running out of room, Colton Snyder hits the fence. Finish that thought.
Again, it's a lot of things. You're young. They had a turnover last year, so a lot of these kids are younger. Or not maybe not even so much young as first-year varsity guys. And then the weather. It's hard to get in a rhythm when you're fighting rain and cold, and you're only playing a couple times a week.
Well, trust me, you can hear the wind whipping over our crowd mic right now. We are into May. Now, normally you would think the weather would start to warm up, but this is more like March right now, the 1-2, with the exception of a little bit of sun. But we have called 3 different ball games so far this week, and the nicest day we had was Thursday, and that was barely 60 degrees with very cloudy skies. As this one fouled straight back, so Hoffman hanging tough with 2 strikes. Such is the life of playing ball north of the Mason-Dixon line, right?
Yeah, definitely. But that definitely as a ball player, you think once you get to Once you get to May, you think it would start to warm up a little bit for you.
You take 60 degrees, right? 60 and sunny, even with a light breeze, is much different than 40 and sunny with a light breeze. So from 1-2 to now 3-2. This one chopped foul up the third base side, and we'll do it again. And Hoffman has had what could best be described as a pesky at bat. That's the fourth two-strike pitch he's fouled away.
Yeah, very good at bat here by Hoffman, and you'll see if he can't. You know, as you start to see everything as a hitter, it gets easier.
3-2 on the way again, and he drew himself a one-out walk. That was a well-deserved at bat for Jackson Hoffman.
Now batting, number 3, Caden Looser.
So Caden Looser, roaming center field this morning. If I just keep saying this afternoon, know what I mean, because it's just too tough a habit to break.
Well, maybe it'll warm up if you keep saying this afternoon.
Sure. Looser coming in, hitting just below 100. Am I seeing that right? .091.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll dig in from the left side. Tying run is aboard with only one out. We'll see how aggressive they get with Hoffman. He bluffs going. Well, he got a great secondary lead. I thought he was going.
Yeah, got a good read right there. And when you're struggling offensively, sometimes you have to put guys in motion to see if you can generate some offense. See if Coach Ernsberger's thinking that right here.
How did Tinora get their first run of the ball game? Talk about being aggressive on the base pass, forcing an error, and next thing you know, it's 1-0. 1-1 the count here. Reynolds has been doing a good job of working down in the zone. Just as I say that, he elevates above the letters. Ball 2. Wind has come to a near stop right now. Quick throw over. Be a great morning for some biscuits and gravy, wouldn't it?
Yes. Always good mornings for biscuits and gravy.
Concession stand just has nachos and candy, though. Got to be healthy, side it up with maybe a side of fruit or something. My wife would say, hey, come on, get your fruit in. 3-1. Reynolds comes set, deals, fouled away. The game that got away from us earlier this week at Defiance, Tom Held and I spent probably the better part of 2 innings talking about his favorite drive-through hamburger spots. So
he's probably got a lot of those in years of coaching.
Yes, he does. Yes. Runner goes inside out, swing fouled up the third base line. He's been around the block.
Yeah. A lot of years coaching, and then you tend to eat on the run when you do that.
And not necessarily the healthiest either. Yeah, we had Defiance versus Shawnee earlier this week, and his hamburger habits became a better part of topic as this one popped up, playable, foul territory, and juggling. My goodness. Unable to secure it. A lot of English on that ball, and Parker Hancock just couldn't keep it in his glove, and he wishes he had that one back. And the runner has gone on each of the last 3 pitches.
Yeah, going to try to stay out of that double play here.
So Reynolds will have to do it again. Runner goes inside, back-to-back walks. Tying run is now in scoring position. Go-ahead run is aboard. And here's Gavin Lease.
Now batting, number 22, Gavin Lease.
Let's see if the young pitcher here can get his focus back after that drop. A couple of walks, that drop pop up, and see how hard he can focus here and get his team out of this.
Well, they went to full counts on each of the last 2 batters, but credit Kalida's hitters, too. Between Jackson Hoffman and Caden Looser, they have fouled away 6 two-strike pitches. So they're tough outs.
Battling and making him work, definitely.
So here's Lee sticking in, the DH. Still only 1 down. Now, if you're Reynolds, keep working downstairs in that zone as he elevates here, but Lease can't lay off of it. Strike 1. You're technically 1 ground ball away from getting out of this inning.
Yeah, you get a ground ball at somebody, you're out of this with no damage, and you just go back in and relax and refocus here a little bit.
Lease hitting a pretty healthy 300 out of the 7 hole, and a bender. Nice stop by Birchfeld. 2-1. Well, Reynolds retired the side in order in the first. He got a strikeout to start the second, but back-to-back walks, and he's in a bit of a jam. Sidearms this one low and outside. 3-1. Now you got to come at him here.
Yeah, you definitely got to come at him and don't want to walk the bases loaded here. Good job here by Owen to take a breather here. He's getting resituated, see if he can't refocus.
3-1. Infield back at double play depth. Boy, and it looked like Lee stepped in the bucket on a fastball. I mean, center cut. It doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah, looked like he fouled that one right out of the catcher's glove.
He did.
Too.
Very late swing, but he stays alive. And you got to figure he's going to get one more of them.
Yeah, definitely got to be looking fastball here.
So here's Reynolds. Kicks, fires. Foul tipped into the mitt. Birchfield hangs on to it. Nice job by the Rams catcher for a big second out on another West Banco strikeout.
Yeah, nice job there getting that foul tip. But great job by Owen on the mound, getting back in that count and getting a big strikeout right there.
Boy, it is breezy enough, too, that our field monitor, is this one inside outed, is being covered with dust. I'm going to try and give us a little bit better look. Our camera crew doing a great job this morning. There's a good look at the young sophomore hurler. Dealing a 0-1 pitch to Zach Unverfurth. Make it 0-2. Unverfurth hitting 276 out of the 8-hole. From the stretch, side-armed and in the dirt. Birchfield does a good job of keeping in front of him, but everybody's going to advance 90 feet, station to station on the wild pitch. So 1-2. And if you're Reynolds right now, you just need to bear down and get the hitter.
Yeah, you just come right at him here. You're down towards the bottom of their order. Just challenge guys here.
He'll work out of the stretch. Umberfirth can tie the game up. Uh-oh, and this one again gets past Birchfeld. It's going to allow the tying run to come home. Hoffman scores. Looser into third. Back-to-back wild pitches has tied this ball game up at 1 apiece. Two and two. And this is where the sophomore needs to collect himself. Upstairs, he wishes he had that one back one pitch sooner. Unverfurth swings over a letter-high fastball for a West Banco strikeout. That will do it for the Wildcats here in the top of the second, but not before they pick up the equalizer. 1 run, no hits, no errors, and 1 left aboard. We are through 1.5. We're tied up at 1 apiece at Group Field. Back after this, you're watching DCTV Sports.
Stanball Jewelers is your trusted source for diamonds, fine jewelry, watches, and gifts. Whether you're looking for a dazzling engagement ring, a timeless anniversary gift, or a present for someone special, Stanball Jewelers has something for every occasion. Visit us today and discover why we've been serving the community since 1948.
When a fire or natural disaster throws a penalty flag, let ServiceMaster Restore work for you. Anything from minor cleanups to complete overhaul and rebuilding. Contact ServiceMaster by McCann.
This is Todd Rundgren and bang on the drum all day. We welcome you back to Group Field, bottom of the second. 1 run on no hits. No errors for Tinora. 1 run on no hits. 1 error for Kalida. Both teams have manufactured an unearned run here in the early going. So, sauce for the goose. It's basically 0-0 again, even though the scoreboard reads 1-1. As we head to the bottom of the second, it will bring up 6, 7, and 8. Owen Farrell, Colton Snyder, and Jared Neff to take their first cuts of the afternoon against Wildcat hurler Jackson Hoffman. As we mentioned, Hoffman, he's basically, his numbers probably show he's their ace, isn't he? He's certainly a frontline guy, but when you had him for a sub 1.5 ERA,
yes,
break him down for us again.
See if I can't find him here. So,
whenever you get him, go ahead and just let me know when you're ready.
So yeah, his ERA is 1.2.
That's stingy.
Yeah, really good. And hitters are only hitting, is it 138 against him?
Wow. What's his walk to strikeout ratio? There you have it. It's when I shot back to the mound. You know what else he does? He fields his position pretty well as he underhands that one to first. Owen Farrell is retired 1-3 to open up the Tinora second.
He has got 14 strikeouts.
23, Colton Snyder.
And 10 walks.
Okay.
So
A little bit better than 50-50, but still, you always want more of one than the other, correct? So here's Colton Snyder digging in. Snyder hitting .241 on the season. Looking at a 1-0 count. Did I hear somebody say, I'll take a hot dog with mustard?
I think so. We're getting past breakfast and lunchtime.
Why not? This is where we need to get a restaurant to become one of our underwriters and just, we'll work for food.
There you go.
2-0 the count. I can think of a couple local ones that wouldn't be too bad right now. Right now, anything hot would be fantastic. 2-1. Although I'm guessing you've probably had your fair share of cold pizza for breakfast.
Yeah, I have.
Nothing wrong with it.
No.
Actually, as a kid, we never even put it in the fridge. We just left it out on the countertop outside. So it was nice and room temperature in the morning.
Room temperature pizza.
Nothing. You ever had Happy Joe's? You ever heard of that franchise?
Nope.
It's largely Minnesota, Iowa, and Illinois. And, of course, big ice cream parlor, 32 different flavors. Oh, sweet slider. Swing and a miss by Snyder. It gets a little dirty, and Backrath will go down to first. But that was absolutely dirty.
Yeah, that was that slider that Coach Ernsberger was talking about. That's late and good. And, yep, got that swing and miss there. And looking at having a quick inning here.
So here's Neff getting ready to dig in. Jared batting in the 8th hole this afternoon, hitting just a $125. Tall, lanky kid. You got to be upstairs against him for it to be high, and it's above his visor for ball one. Busts him inside. He couldn't lay off, but he couldn't catch up. 1-1. With taller hitters, longer-armed hitters, that was usually a scout for the pitchers. Try and run them under their fists.
Get in on them. Don't let them get their arms extended.
Missing upstairs. We had a teammate that was 6'6" once, and they just referred to it as the hole in his swing.
Yeah, a lot of times you'll see guys that are taller try to stand off the plate a little bit to take that away.
This one gets buried. Hoffman not happy with himself. He wasn't competitive with that pitch. The wind's starting to pick up again a little bit here this morning. Couple of swings by Neff. You see Hoffman working the baseball over, looking for a 1-2-3 frame. From the letters, downstairs, a 2-out walk. Keeps the line moving for Avery Mosier. Mosier hitting out of the 9 hole.
Now
hitting a respectable 259. We can talk about this all day long, but so often that 9 hole used to be a black hole, right? You're just hiding one of your worst hitters, hoping that they don't see the plate as much as the top of the order. That philosophy has changed over the last several years. You don't see basically weak hitters in the 9 hole anymore.
No, I think you even saw it in the major leagues when pitchers were still hitting. A lot of managers have gone to hitting their pitcher 8th.
Yep.
And you get a guy down here in the 9 hole that maybe, his average isn't great, but he can work counts, he can bunt, he can run a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's just a table setter then for the top of your order.
0-1 swing and a miss. Again, I never quite understood that. I just always accepted it as a young kid growing up. Pitchers are only going to focus on pitching, but I remember guys like Bob Force at St. Louis. As a matter of fact, he hit 8th because he was a great hitter. He goes, if they'd let me work on it more, I could probably hit higher up in the order. It's a swing and a miss. It's going to be a West Banco strikeout for Avery Mosier, and that will finish off Tinora here in the bottom of the 2nd. No runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left aboard. We'll head to the top of the 3rd. No change in our score. Knotted up, 1-1. Rams and Wildcats. You're watching DCTV Sports.
At Arthur Law Firm, we understand how overwhelming life can be after being seriously injured in a car accident. With over 50 years of experience, Arthur Law Firm has a track record of getting the results you deserve. When you don't know where to turn, get answers with Arthur. Call us today.
West Banco, building a better bank every day since 1870. Community-focused West Banco. Find out more at westbanco.com.
Back at Group Field, sun beaming down, trying to warm things up a little bit. We've got ourselves a pitcher's duel here between Kalida and Tinora. On the bump, sophomore right-hander Owen Reynolds surrendered a couple of walks and then had a couple of wild pitches. And it spelled the unearned run to come home to tie things up. So he will deal to the 9-hole, Nathan Colley. Lineup will turn over. Logan Kerner on deck. Owen Siebenek in the hole. Kind of going back to the philosophy that we were talking about last inning and about how you have seen the game change, how managers and coaches now want guys with better, higher averages, at least guys that can handle the bat. Batting in that 9-hole, and you and I were talking about it. It really took a few years for that to kind of, I don't want to say weed out some old school thinking, but it really started in the majors rather than the bottom up. It came from the top down.
Yeah, I know Joe Madden was kind of an innovator of that. Always would hit his pitcher 8th. So, and then obviously he had a ton of success at Tampa Bay and then in Chicago. So
never heard of it.
No. Yeah. So when one of the better ones does it and it works, people are going to follow suit.
It's amazing how all of a sudden that becomes a leverage situation, right? Goodness. Nathan Colley hitting .243 in the 9-hole. You had mentioned those 90s Braves teams. Those pitchers weren't just studs on the mound, but they could also handle the bat.
Yeah, definitely. Even if it was just getting a bunt down, all of them could bunt, all of them could put the ball in play.
For a team that was that good, top to bottom, still to this day, whoa, as this one misses upstairs, 3-1. Still stuns me that they only won one World Series in that entire decade.
Yeah.
Man, were they good. Bobby Cox could coach them up. 3-1. In the dirt, ball 4. And, of course, I don't care where you're hitting. If you manage to be patient and have a good eye, a walk can be just as good as a hit. So there's the 9-hole becoming a leadoff man.
There's the 9-hole getting on base for the top of the order here. Start the inning.
All right, since you said you were a Braves fan, name me the starting rotation. There was a 4-man rotation and a guy that always gets overlooked by the big 3. Can you name him?
Well, you had Maddox and Glavine and Smoltz.
Correct.
And was it Steve Avery?
Yes, very good.
A little lefty, right?
Avery got overlooked in that rotation as Kerner bunts to first base. Fielding his position, Reynolds does the job and gets the sacrificer, let's say, out, but it does the job as it moves the go-ahead run into scoring position with less than 2 outs.
Owen Siebenek.
They also had a young arm named Pete Smith that they used to call Cy Future. But with the expansion draft, the Rockies took him with their very first pick. And as you are well aware, Rocky Mountain Air and pitching wasn't exactly favorable to each other, and he just disappeared. He never recovered.
Yeah, I think if I was a pitcher, I would have loved to have tried to stay in that Braves organization as long as I could.
The 0-1, sidearm, and there's where that pitch has seemingly gotten away from him. A nice stop out of his crouch by Birchfield.
Yeah, it seems to be dropping down a little bit on that pitch and trying to sling it instead of throwing it.
Well, he's not just missing wide, he's way outside.
Yeah.
1-1 here to Owen Siebenek, who's 0 for 1. Reynolds will step off. You say during those 90s years, if you were a pitcher, you wanted to stay in the Braves organization. The problem was there was no ceiling.
Yeah.
Those guys that you talked about weren't going anywhere. The 1-1. That's a good sinking fastball, strike 2. I remember taking a look at the time, Richmond was the AAA affiliate for the Braves. That team, in and of itself, that roster could have been a major league team. They were that deep. There's that sidearm slurve, if you want to call it. Is that an arm slot issue, a release point issue, a little bit of everything?
Probably a little bit of both. It's just maybe a direction issue, but I would say more than anything, it's his arm slot. He's getting out around that ball and pulling it to the left-handed batter's box there.
2-2, sidearm fastball, letter high, grounder up the middle, ranging over is Farrell. He's going to have to release, and unable to make the pick is Snyder. They're going to send the runner home, and the throw is not in time. Colley scores to make it 2-1 on another unearned run.
Well,
the throw was a little low. The question is, should Snyder have picked it? Are you going to score that E6?
I'm scoring that E3. That ball was in the air the entire way. He just didn't squeeze it once he got his glove on it. So, yeah, that ball needs to be caught down there.
Either way, it counts as a run on the scoreboard. So we have had 3 runs between both teams, none of them earned so far at this point, although they count on the scoreboard. And here's Klausing, 0 for 1, digging in from the right side. That is to balk.
Yep.
Field umpire Zach Grosjean calling a balk. And Siebenik will head to second. Now Tinora is coming out asking for clarification. What did he do? Did he break his hands?
Thinking he probably didn't stop.
But he hadn't delivered.
Well, you got to stop before you come to the plate. You have to pause. And my guess is he rolled right through. I don't know.
It comes set here. Letter high, chopper to short. Farrell backhands it across the diamond. You see Snyder using 2 hands there. You know what, though? That's a smart play by the young man.
Yep, we learned. Yep. Learned a little bit there. And
now batting.
Wasn't going to miss that one.
So 2 down. Runner remains at second. Here's Backrath digging in. 0 for 1. Struck out looking to lead off the second. That's a nasty-looking slider. Strike 1.
Yeah, a lot better command of that pitch that time.
Look, you can see why they're so high on Owen Reynolds here. I mean, he'll bust one of those off. We've seen a good, sinking, firm fastball. It's just a matter of consistency.
Yeah, and that comes with age and innings, and you still, you know, he's experienced but still very young. He's a sophomore, and as he gets older, he's a very good-looking athlete standing out there on the mound.
So 1-1. Another bender, high chopper fouled, third base side. We're having breakfast at the ballpark. Our schedule next week is going to be weather dependent. We right now are tentatively scheduled to have Ayersville and Fort Jennings baseball on Monday, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. See, sidearm slings this one downstairs. That's a good miss, but that's also a good hold by Backrath.
Yeah, good spot there. You try to get that swing and miss, but very good job taking that pitch with 2 strikes.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second. Kalida has already plated a run here to make it 2-1. And there's Kakon, third strike on the outside corner, and Backrath just bites his tongue. A backwards K, a West Banco strikeout to end the Kalida third. Not before the Wildcats get the go-ahead run. 1 run, no hits, 1 error, 1 left aboard. We will head to the bottom of the frame. Kalida 2, Tinora 1. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Estill Chevrolet Cadillac is this area's new and used car headquarters, earning your trust one satisfied customer at a time. Estill Chevrolet Cadillac, North Clinton Street in Defiance, and online at drivebobestill.com. For the past 70 years, Midwest Community Federal Credit Union has been your financial partner, helping you achieve your dreams and secure your future. Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, with locations in Defiance, Bryan, and Napoleon. Find out more at midwestcommunity.org.
There you take a look at Jackson Hoffman. His team has staked him to a 1-run lead as we head to the bottom of the third, back at Grube Field. Bottom of the third brings up the top of the order for host Tinora. Logan Stein will lead it off. Ryan Mills on deck and Owen Reynolds in the hole. Sun beaming down. Maybe it's warming up just a little bit. You want to check our local meteorologist here? She's pulled out her phone. Okay, we'll see if you're accurate, Hayden. We're going to cross-check. Oh, now our producer Hayden's saying 44, but she is showing 43. There's a degree off.
Yep.
Again, if it weren't quite so windy, it really wouldn't be that bad.
A beautiful sunny day, and actually when you're playing out here on the turf, that sun come off the turf helps. But yeah, the breeze definitely is keeping the temp down.
Well, they call it feet heat And when the temperatures are in the 80s, you notice it. But you don't mind it on a day like today, do you?
When you're playing on turf in July and you're out there, you try to find a place that maybe the sun is behind a light pole or something, and that's where you can stand and your feet don't catch on fire out there.
So Stein digs in, second at bat. No official at bat, though, in this ball game as he drew a walk to lead off the ball game as he takes a nice-looking bender for a called first strike. Nick Damon behind the plate. He is bundled up. He's probably the smartest guy here at the park as this one misses inside. What I will say, and we haven't seen either pitcher really try and work the inner third or even the inner half for that matter. Both have been working away. And as this game has progressed, as there's a bender, there's a well-hit ball into shallow center field coming on, laying out. And did Looser make the catch? Yes, he did. What a tremendous play.
Great effort right there. You love to see that, kids that are willing to lay out for balls and just helping your pitcher out. Great play.
Boy, that was a sinking liner, and that was all or nothing, because if he doesn't come up with that, that's going to roll a long way. It's extra bases easily.
Yeah, really good effort and just a great play. And you got to love that as a pitcher. That pumps you up, and you get right back on the mound and get right back after it.
And again, they don't have turf in the outfield. It's natural grass, but on a 44-degree day, it's probably not the softest thing to land on, so he really sacrificed. Speaking of bunting, Mills lays one down, but right back to Hoffman on one hop. He's fielded his position very well this morning, and just like that, there's two away.
Now batting, number 4, Owen.
So here's Owen Reynolds, a chance to face his counterpart for the second time today. He's 0 for 1. Struck out swinging back in the first. Over the top, there's a good-looking late breaker, strike one. Seems like that outside corner is being given by home plate umpire Nat Damon today.
Yeah, a lot of guys at this level will talk about that. They'll talk about that. They talk about that space between the outer half of the plate and the batter's boxes. They'll give you a little bit of that at this level, and I think it's a good thing. It keeps the game moving. And
0-2 the count. Another bender fouled away. If I said Matt Damon, make it Nick.
Nick.
Yeah. Nick, you're as handsome as Matt, though.
Matt's the actor.
Nick probably, if he got himself an agent, might find himself some work in the film industry. But right now he's doing a good job behind the plate. 0-2, swing and a miss. Strike three, a West Banco strikeout, and the Rams go in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. 3 are in the books. Wildcats 2, Rams 1. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Proudly serving the area with the highest quality contracting services for nearly 100 years. Baker Schindler Company of Defiance and Paulding. 419-782-5080. Online at baker-schindler.com.
Superior Credit Union, a not-for-profit, member-owned financial cooperative. Visit superiorcu.com to find out more about joining the winning team at Superior Credit Union.
There's a good look at the infield at Grube Field here. We welcome you back to Tinora. Tucked away neatly in the cornfields of Northwest Ohio. We've got a little bit of a chilly one. It was a 10 a.m. first pitch. Non-conference matchup between the Rams of Tinora and the Wildcats of Kalida. Of course, Tinora on a 6-game win streak. They haven't lost since we were here a couple weeks ago in that upset win over Fairview. They have found their groove. Kalida, on the flip side, had been playing some very good ball, but they had a tough one last night. As a matter of fact, they're now on a 2-game skid, having dropped one to, Tuesday it was a 7-2 loss versus Columbus Grove, and then last night they dropped one 8-2 to Coldwater, which is a very good ball club.
Yeah, baseball's big down at Coldwater, and, you know, Columbus Grove's having a really good year, and Kalida plays a really tough schedule.
Yep.
You get down south there, and baseball's really good. And, you know, kudos to them for beefing their schedule up and then coming up here and playing a really good team today.
Out of conference on a chilly Saturday, it's prom. You got to love baseball to be doing this. So before 5 and 6, Hoffman, Looser, and Lease taking their second cuts against Owen Reynolds, who has not pitched all that badly, but he's fought himself just enough to allow a couple of unearned runs.
Yeah, a couple of walks and Kalida did a good job last night in the walk and to get a guy over and then the air.
Key air. Hoffman, no official at bat. He walked with one out. Back in the second, came around to score the tying run at the time. He's looking at a 1-1 count here. And this one low and away outside. And that pitch is just, again, you see him. But what I like here now is he's retowed the rubber, and instead of overthinking it like he did about an inning or two ago, he's ready to quick pitch. And he brings that, and that's a beauty. Strike two.
Yep, let's not try to overcorrect. Just accept you threw a ball and get back on the mound and trust yourself.
Well, and again, I was having this conversation with a catcher here locally. This one kind of chopped to first base, sits down nicely for Snyder as he kicks the cushion for the unassisted putout, one down.
Now batting,
catcher was working on some framing drills, and it's one thing to frame up one that's maybe a few inches off the plate here and there, but we're talking a pitch that's a foot outside, and he's still trying to bring it back, and I'm like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Okay, that number one, it looks silly, and number two, the ump knows that that's a ball, so there's no framing that up. As this one bunted up the first base line. What you do with a ball like that is you get it back to your pitcher as quick as possible, and you get ready to throw again.
Yeah, I always try to teach my catchers, we're going to frame marginal pitches.
Yes.
It's ridiculous to frame everything. Like you said.
And you love the effort, right?
Yeah,
you love the mindset, but you got to be situationally aware. The 0-1, looser, digs in from the left side. Boy, bottom fell out of that pitch, strike two. Well, Reynolds can spin it.
Yeah, he's a good-looking young arm out there. Just like I said, just needs some more innings, some more work, and
a little more confidence. This one inside out, and Coach Ernsberger kind of gives it the Olay. He wasn't going to move. What if that had found his hand?
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe he'd have pulled it back a little bit.
Coach Ernsberger had a chance to cover him when he played at Ohio State. Man, he was a tough nut. High fly ball left field. Mills ranging over towards the foul line, and he squeezes two down.
Now batting, number 22, Gavin.
Yeah, I played against Chad and played with Chad then in the summer times, and yeah, he was a good hitter and loved to play hard-nosed.
Very hard-nosed. I was a very young broadcaster who got a really good opportunity to call some Big Ten baseball back then, largely because nobody cared about Hawkeye baseball. They were bottom feeders, and nobody wanted to go call 4.5-hour games. I raised my hand and said, yes, I'll do it. But, man, when we would go to Bill Davis Stadium, that 2000 roster was just loaded. Him, Nick Swisher. They had a hitter named Jason Turner. Had 20 bombs that year. They could rake. 2-0. There's where he gets the release point on that sidearm delivery down. It has some great natural run to it. 2-1. Gavin Lease 0 for 1. And then he does that, and he buries about a 57-footer. Consistency.
Yeah, just consistency. That comes from age and experience. And
Univerth quickly picks up the baseball in front of the backstop, and we'll do the 3-1 again. Runs him inside, popped up, fairly deep, but drifting back, right center field. Stein will put the leather to it, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. 3.5 are in the books. I don't believe in the broadcaster's jinx, so I'm going to say it. Quickly moving ball game as we head to the bottom of the frame. Kalida 2, Tinora 1. You're watching DCTV Sports.
At Arthur Law Firm, we understand how overwhelming life can be after being seriously injured in a car accident. With over 50 years of experience, Arthur Law Firm has a track record of getting the results you deserve. When you don't know where to turn, get answers with Arthur. Call us today.
West Banco, building a better bank every day since 1870. Community-focused West Banco. Find out more at westbanco.com.
Now there you get a good look at starting right-hander Jackson Hoffman. We've got a 2-1 score. Visiting Kalida leading Tinora as we welcome you back to Group Field on a Saturday morning. Between both teams, not a single earned run has crossed the plate. They count just the same up on the scoreboard. Tinora's going to try and do something about it here in the bottom of the fourth. 4, 5, and 6, Parker Hancock, Alan Birchfield, and Owen Farrell set to take their second cuts of the morning against the Wildcat hurler. Came in with a very stingy 1.2-1 ERA?
Very, very low ones.
Ooh, and he's got that slider working. You could just see Hancock's knees buckle there.
Yeah, you can see, gets that pitch working and then is able to get up right there.
And that makes that 78, 79 mile-an-hour fastball look just a little bit faster, doesn't it?
Definitely.
And now down on the count 0-2, if you are Hancock, you got to be protecting. There's a bender, elevates, popped up. Who wants it? Right side, Clausen calls for it and makes the catch. I know you and I had talked about that before. What was your philosophy or your coaching? In that case, it was all on the infield. But when you've got an infielder going back and an outfielder coming in, we were always coached, if you yell the same thing, nobody hears it. So outfielders were supposed to yell, I got it, or got it. Or infielders were supposed to yell, ball or mine, one word versus two.
Yeah.
So that way you would be able to hear each other more clearly. Is that an over-complicating of it, or is that smart coaching in your opinion?
I don't think it's over-complicating it. But the big key is I always talk just be loud, and if you're an infielder going back and you hear an outfielder, get out of his way.
Yep.
So
1-1 the count here to Birchfield. As he took a strike on the inside corner, elevated. And this is where, again, Hoffman just is doing enough to keep Tenora's hitters off balance. If you are sitting something breaking, but then all of a sudden you're looking at that fastball, they've been just a little late on it.
Yep, it's been good enough and spots it well enough to really kind of.
1-2. There's that nasty slur, but it misses outside. He's got two different versions of it, though. We just saw one there that started over the plate and missed in the opposite batter's box, but we've seen him start that at hitters, particularly right-handers, and then it breaks over the plate
there.
Just like that, and it freezes you for a calm third strike. A West Banco strikeout, 2 down.
Yeah, that's a really nice job of setting up right there. He went a couple of fastballs away, throws the slider off the plate, and then started that slider right at him, and it broke right down the middle of the plate.
Yeah.
Really good job of pitching.
And if you're Birchfield, again, that's one of those that you just have to be very nice to. But as you let it go by, hoping that it doesn't notch you, it's over the heart of the plate, and that's a strike. And he's got that thing working this morning. So 1-0 the count here to Owen Farrell, shortstop, 0 for 1. This one misses just a bit downstairs. I know you and I have talked about it. I've talked with Scoop Miller about it. So often at the college level versus the prep level. At the prep level, it's the 2-0. There's a nice looking slider for a strike on the outer third. 1, maybe 2 hitters in any given lineup do you really have to worry about, and then the other 7 you can throw whatever you want to. You get to the college ranks, and anybody can hit. I don't care if you're a 225 guy in the 9-hole. If you're sitting fastball, you're going to barrel it up. And so often college coaches will talk about throwing versus pitching and knowing the difference. So this one fouled away. And I think what we're seeing right here this afternoon, Jackson Hoffman is pitching.
Yeah, he definitely is. And he's a guy that, velocity is a big word anymore with pitchers, and he's a guy with where his velocity at has to pitch.
Yes.
He can't just stand out there and say, here it is, hit it, or he is going to get hit. So he does have to pitch, and even right there, he throws a 3-2 slider.
Yep.
And the 2-out walk, we'll get to you a little bit, but that's not the worst thing in the world right there.
No.
If you can come back and get ahead of the next hitter here.
Well, and I'm watching body language right now too. He looks like he's already flushed that 2-out walk. He's focused right back in now on Colton Snyder. And it goes over quickly. He's got a pretty good move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now Farrell can run a little bit, so that walk could bite you here. Because my guess is they're going to take off here sometime in this at bat.
And Kalida's very much aware of it. Going to chase him back. Boy, sun has just disappeared behind the clouds, and what a difference it has made to how it feels right now on this field. Fouled back, Snyder 0 for 1 as he struck out on a pitch in the dirt back in the second inning. Woo! Boy, did it just get chilly. And the wind has picked up. So we got the double barrel action from Mother Nature here this morning. The 0-1. Outside target by Bachrath. Fouled away, and now he's got him where he wants him, 0-2. So what's your approach here if you're Snyder? Because you definitely become a defensive hitter right now.
I think you're probably looking for that slider right here. And You just got to try to fight it off. Be able to hit the fastball, but adjust to that slider.
We saw Hoffman work inside earlier this inning too. Maybe he comes with that slider, but does he start it at Snyder in this case?
Here at 0-2, I think you could use a setup here. Throw that slider off the plate like he did earlier, and then throw it for a strike, or come in with a fastball to get him out, and then go with that slider too.
I was going to say setup pitch has been his fastball, and he does. It's low, and the throw sails into center field, and I don't know that a good throw would have gotten Owen Farrell. He got a tremendous jump. So the tying run now in scoring position, still with 2 outs. But if Colton Snyder can find a gap somewhere, this game might very well be tied. 1-2. Hoffman has other ideas. He's thinking punch out, and let's get into the dugout. Inside target. Bender, and boy, that didn't miss by much. Maybe a little inside, but that is a good pitch, and that's a great take by Snyder.
Yeah, that's a good pitch, and probably up and in maybe a little bit, but it wouldn't surprise me one bit if he comes right back to that pitch.
Clearly, he's playing with his favorite toy right now, and we'll see what he elects to do here with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Long look in, and good move by Snyder there to ask for time.
Yeah.
Big pitch coming up here. High leverage situation in the bottom of the 4th. Kalida leading 2-1. Tinora with 2 outs, but has the tying run aboard. Bender, and this one gets past Backrath. It will go to the backstop, and Farrell will stand up into 3rd. Wild pitch runs the count full.
Yeah, that was that slider. He kind of tried to get him to chase, but it was too much. Not close enough to be competitive, and
so here we go again. Payoff pitch. This one, high fly ball into shallow right field. Vorst coming on. Going back is Siebenik, and he makes the catch. Nifty play over the shoulder and on the run, and it snuffs out the threat for Tinora here in the bottom of the 4th. No runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left to board. We have played through 4. Kalida 2, Tinora 1. You're watching DCTV Sports.
When a fire or natural disaster throws a penalty flag, let ServiceMaster Restore work for you. Anything from minor cleanups to complete overhaul and rebuilding. Contact ServiceMaster by McCann.
I love the rapport you have with the students at Ayersville High School. We welcome you back to Group Field. Brent Balvinot alongside the coach, Alan Magg. Doesn't seem to be anybody that just doesn't give you some good-natured ribbon, is there?
Hey, it's all in good fun.
I was going to say, our producer, Hayden, I tell you what, and he's the most quiet kid I think I've ever seen, and he's punching at you. Allison Eldridge before a softball game.
Now batting number 11.
Did you ever square that away with her then, too? Or no?
No, I haven't talked to her since, so I'll have to.
Goodness. So here we go, top of the 5th. Owen Reynolds trying to keep it where it's at. His team trailing by a run, 2-1. It's 8-9, and then the leadoff hitter. Zach Unverfurth will lead it off. Nathan Colley, 9-hole on deck, and then the lineup turns over to Logan Kerner. And there's a beautifully placed strike on the outside corner, 0-2. There's a Bender, chopped foul. He got just out on the front foot, but he stays alive. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Unverfurth 0 for 1, struck out, swinged in the 2nd inning. Reynolds has really pitched pretty well. As this one a chopper back up the middle, ranging over on a 2nd hop. Moser's got it and unloads for the 1st out. He's covered a lot of ground over there at second base this morning.
He's looked really good over there, making some good, nice looking plays, moving up the middle. And
so with 1 down, here's Colley. Drew a leadoff walk back in the third and came around to score. Remember we were talking about leadoff men reaching and the percentage scoring?
Yeah.
If somebody ever wanted to try and put something together I wouldn't even care for a national statistic. I think state by state might be interesting, but man, that would be a load of work. There's a good sinking fastball, strike one. Had a little bit of run to it as well. Runs him in on the fist. This is going to be a slow roller. Hustling in is Hancock. Throws off his back foot. There's why you want a strong arm on the hot corner. Nifty play.
Nice looking play right there. Really collected himself and made a good, strong throw.
Think he could have made that play in a tux?
Maybe. Might have as long as he didn't have tails on his jacket, he might have tripped over him. I don't even know if that's a thing anymore.
Does he tie his shoelaces, or do they just wear slip-ons now for tuxes? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
Logan Kerner digs in. Sure, he will style in his tux at prom tonight. Looking at a 1-0 count. He's 0 for 2 today. Reynolds comes upstairs. He's been able to ride the ladder and get a few Kalida hitters to offer, but Kerner takes that one, 2-0. This one, a shot, and look what I found. Reynolds finishes square to the plate, and that takes away what would have been a 2-out single, turn it into a 1-3, out number 3. And for the second straight frame, Kalida goes in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We'll head to the bottom of the fifth. Still no change in our score. Wildcats 2, Rams 1. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Estill Chevrolet Cadillac is this area's new and used car headquarters, earning your trust one satisfied customer at a time. Estill Chevrolet Cadillac, North Clinton Street in Defiance, and online at drivebobestill.com. For the past 70 years, Midwest Community Federal Credit Union has been your financial partner, helping you achieve your dreams and secure your future. Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, with locations in Defiance, Bryan, and Napoleon. Find out more at midwestcommunity.org.
Don't let the sunshine fool you. It is chilly, and it's also now picking up as far as the breeze is concerned. Temperatures in the low 40s. It's supposed to get up to 50 degrees today, but I don't think we're going to see it by the time this one is over. So we welcome you back to Grube Field, bottom of the fifth. Visiting Kalida, leading host Tinora 2-1. It'll be 8-9, and then the leadoff men for Tinora. Jared Neff, Avery Mosier, and Logan Stein. Going to try and solve the riddle that is known as Jackson Hoffman on the bump for the Wildcats. Surrendered an unearned run in the first, and he has really settled down since. Neff, no official at bat. He drew a walk back in the second. So he takes a strike on the inner third, and as we were kind of talking about, home plate umpire Nick Damon's strike zone has been giving that outer third on the black, even downstairs, but Hoffman looks like he's starting to become more comfortable working inside. Ooh! And that one bounces and right into Nick Damon's chest protector, and he appears to be none the worse for wear, and that's a classy move by the catcher, Adam Bachrath. He's going to walk the ball out to the catcher. There's that unwritten rule between catchers and home plate umpires.
Yeah, nice job there to give Nick a second to collect himself, and Nick will appreciate that.
You betcha. 2-1. That one's right down central. 2-2. That's another thing that, again, young catchers need to learn, and not that Bachrath doesn't need to, but you can only do yourself favors as a catcher. If you go up to the home plate umpire before every game, introduce yourself, shake his hand. If this one misses upstairs, usually the conversation is something along the lines of, "Hi, I'm Alan Magg. I'll be protecting you today." Just kind of establish a little bit of a rapport.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. You want to talk and call them by name.
Yep.
Was never a fan of kids calling umpires blue. It was always sir.
No,
it was always sir, or learn their name. And
yep. Just shows you a little humanity, doesn't it? Well, Jared Neff swings through a letter-high fastball for a West Banco strikeout for the leadoff out here in the Tinora fifth. Rams got a couple of base runners in the first. They scored an unearned run. Since then, just 2 walks over the last 3 1/3. As squaring to bunt, Mosier fouls this one over the third base line. Mosier 0 for 1, struck out swinging to end the second. Here comes the sun. To quote the Beatles. And immediately things have warmed up. Oh, 1. Hoffman reached back. Maybe for the first time today, he tried to hump one up and overthrow.
Yeah, tried to overthrow there a little bit. We'll just see if he can get right back in it here.
The 1-1. There's that slider, and it's a little low in the cellar ball, too. Tell you what, though, that thing's got a lot of movement on it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. A lot of late bite to it. You can tell why that's his go-to pitch.
Yep. 2-1 on the way. This one misses high. Early break versus late break. Now, some people will say, okay, natural arm movement, but is there a way on the release point to kind of change where the ball might break?
It depends on what you're throwing. A lot of times it just depends on how hard you're able to throw it. You know, the tighter you can get the spin on the ball, the later it'll break. So guys with bigger hands that throw harder, their ball will break sharp and late. But there's different things you can do to it.
Logan Stein.
So the tying run aboard with only one out, and the lineup rolls over, and if Tenora's going to get something done, you figure this would be a golden opportunity here. Stein 0 for 1 with a walk. Hit a sinking line drive into center field back in the third that had a hit taken away on a great diving catch by Caden Looser. This is the part of the lineup you would want at the plate if you are Tinora with the tying run aboard.
Yeah, and definitely, and we'll see how aggressive they are again. You know, Coach Tipton mentioned before the game that they're always going to err on the side of being aggressive. So we'll see. You know, Mosier can run pretty well. We'll see if he puts him in motion and tries to steal a run here.
Hoffman goes over to first just to let him know he's thinking about him. Bender hits the inside corner, and again, he's starting to work both halves of the plate now more and more. 1-1. And if you're Stein, I know you don't like that call, but better to take a strike there and step back in 1-1 than to be out number 2 on a weak ground ball as this one's fouled away. You're more valuable at the plate, even if you're down in the count, than you are in the dugout as a recorded out.
Yeah, that's just a good take. You're not going to do anything with that pitch.
No. There's where you need to be confident hitting down in the count, right?
Yeah.
1-2. See what Stein gets. We'll see what Hoffman deals out of the stretch. Bender, this one just reached out and punched it away, trying to stay alive. There's another good piece of hitting, too. So many young hitters will think, I've got to put that in play or do something with it. And the answer quite often is, no, you don't. Just foul it away and buy yourself another pitch.
Yeah, good job there of going out and just trying to slap that pitch. And
that was my style from the very minute I stepped in. I wasn't going to pound the ball anywhere. As long as I found a gap, my coaches were happy. 1-2. In the dirt, he might have gone. Actually, he did go after ball 2, but with 2 strikes, you got to be protecting.
Yeah, good job there again.
So did you have a general or baseline philosophy when you were coaching? Let me use this as an example, and you tell me off of it how you were. Because back in my day, which was only a couple of years ago, right, most guys were looking fastball in. Now I talk to coaches, and they tell me most strategy is fastball away. Did you have a preference, or did it just depend on each guy's talent or skill set when he stepped in?
It just depend on what you did well. I mean, obviously everybody likes to hit the ball middle in, but I think the good teams, the good hitting teams, can take that fastball and hit it the other way.
Sure.
And especially at the high school level, most pitchers want to pitch away.
Exactly.
So your philosophy, you have to think hitting the ball the other way. So that was just always, we worked on that hard and then understood that if guys came in, everybody's going to be able to hit that pitch, right?
2-2, ground ball through the 5-5 hole. Talking about pulling an off-speed pitch right between short and third. What if I told you that is the first hit of the ball game for Tinora? And now all of a sudden, the Rams with a little something brewing here in the bottom of the 5th. Runners at first and second with only 1 down.
Now batting, number 10.
Yeah, good at bat there by Stein. Kept fighting pitches off and got a pitch he could handle and hit it through the hole over there. And
he got out and he looked like he might have been on his front foot a little bit, but what happened there? He kept his hands back.
And that's what you talk about. That's when you hear coaches yell fastball adjust. That's what they're talking about is let's get out ready to hit a fastball, but be able to keep your hands back if it is off speed and still be able to hit the ball hard someplace.
See, I could tell you to do it. I could never do it myself. I've been waving at that pitch. But part of that, too, and philosophy-wise, as Ryan Mills digs in, looking at a 1-0 count. Hoffman in a minor jam here. Brings a bender, and it misses downstairs. My coaching staff tried that with me until they realized that my swing was just naturally a little long. So instead of basically looking middle away, I was always taught to look middle in because I just had too long of a swing. We talked about having a hole in your swing. And my coaches would tell me, you still should be quick enough to take anything outer third and punch it over the second baseman's head. Whereas probably the other 8 guys in our lineup were using the exact opposite approach. But from a coaching perspective, that's where you have to know your individual player's skill sets, right?
know what kids do well. And if a kid hits the ball middle in, well, you know what? With less than 2 strikes, you get a ball out away, don't swing at it. You get something middle in, don't miss it. It's easier said than done, but hitting's hard enough. I just always tried to keep it as simple as I could with kids.
2-1. Upstairs, he reached back with the fastball, and now Mills should be sitting dead red. Clausing is not holding Stein at first. He's a good 3 over and probably about 5 or 6 back. They are playing for a potential ground ball inning double play here. We'll see what Mills gets with a 3-1 count from Hoffman. From the letters, deep breath. Elevates, ball 4, second walk of the inning. And now Tinora really in a golden spot here with the bases juiced and only 1 out. And you've got your 3-hole Owen Reynolds up with a chance to really help out his own cause.
Owen Reynolds.
And we're going to have a trip to the mound. I don't think you're going to be making any moves here. You've got a guy that's only surrendered 1 unearned run, I should say, on just 1 hit. But this is where everybody needs to be on the same page because you've got nowhere to put the next hitter.
Yeah, and in a game like this, it tends to go south in a hurry. So it looks like there's some movement down there in Kalida's bullpen.
Just now starting to stir. And if I just heard Coach Eppy talk to Owen Reynolds, if I heard him over our crowd mic, he goes, don't overthink it. Just be yourself. Right now, just put the ball in play.
Right, you're definitely just looking for a fastball here and don't miss it. Don't guess.
Well, and again, Hoffman's got nowhere to put him. While his out pitch, and it seems like his most confident pitch has been that slider, you're still going to want to establish yourself and get ahead in the count. So why not sit first pitch fastball?
Yeah, if I'm coaching, I'm telling my hitter, he's just walked a couple of guys. They just took a trip. You're going to get a fastball here. Don't miss it. And if he throws you a slider for a strike, well, we'll just fight the next pitch then.
Here's Hoffman coming set inside target by Bachrath. He elevates, ball 1. Boy, you want to be aggressive, especially if you know you're going to get one down the river. But at the same time, do you maybe take a strike here? What's your philosophy?
I'm not taking a fastball here. It's my 3-hitter. I'm expecting him to hit a fastball in the gap here. And
there's that bender, though, and that's why when you got a guy that can throw that pitch with confidence, check swing is now even the count up at 1-1. Talk about a high leverage situation in this ball game. Bottom of the 5th, 1 out, bases loaded. Kalida leading 2-1. Tinora with a chance to tie it or take the lead. There's a bender ground ball, second hop, and instead of going home, Univerth kicks the cushion for the force out. He wanted to come home, but elected not to. They will trade the out for the run, but we're now tied at 2-all.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there's a little confusion there. As I looked at the catcher, the catcher was up in front of the plate instead of back at it as a force, so I don't know if that confused under first down there or not, but good job all around there,
Yep.
Reynolds put a ball in play, got him a run, and then Kalida also got an out. Now you got 2 outs, and you're a pitch away from getting out of this with the score tied.
So everybody can claim a little bit of a victory on that play, but right now still not out of the inning as Hancock first pitch swinging. Pops it up.
Can't find it.
And did they lose that ball in the sun? It's going to drop in front of Orst. 1 run will score. They'll go ahead and wave a second. Sliding home without a play. Reynolds scores. And just like that, it's now 4-2 to Nora. And it looks like Vorst lost that ball in the sun.
Yeah, he lost it. You see his hands kind of went out. And right fielder had a long run to make for that ball and made a diving attempt, but couldn't get there. And great job too by Tinora. Their base runners there, 2 outs going on contact, and Reynolds scored all the way from first base on that ball.
That's a tough road to hoe if you are the outfield, and especially if you're Jackson Hoffman, because you think you got out of the inning with minimal damage done, and now you got to refocus with a runner at second. And here's Birchfield, Tenora's leading hitter, digging in. He takes right down central for strike one. That's one where you hate to see it happen. You want to see basically players decide the game. And while it's credit to Parker Hancock because he put the ball in play, that's where, again, you just think, man, woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Yeah, tough day. That stuff happens. And, there's all kinds of different things you can think about there. But
right now you need to be clearing your head.
Now you just need to come after the hitter and keep this at 4-2. And
0-2 the count. Birchfield 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. This one, a chopper down to third. Nice backhanded stop by Univert. That's a long throw. Man, did he make a tough play look easy. Not just flashing some pretty good leather, but showing off a strong arm. And that will do it for Tinora here in the bottom of the fifth, but not before they put up a crooked number. 3 runs on 2 hits. We had no errors and 1 left aboard. We are through 5. Tinora 4, Kalida 2. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Proudly serving the area with the highest quality contracting services for nearly 100 years. Baker Schindler Company of Defiance and Paulding. 419-782-5080. Online at baker-schindler.com.
Superior Credit Union, a not-for-profit, member-owned financial cooperative. Visit superiorcu.com to find out more about joining the winning team at Superior Credit Union.
We head to the top of the 6th here, and do we have a new hurler?
Yeah.
Number 2, and that, man, I will tell you this, because I was looking through slits in my eyes this morning. I only did 2 pitchers, but this is going to be Parker Hancock on in relief. So do we just have a straight change?
Looks like Stein to first and Reynolds to center.
Okay.
And then, who's that?
So Stein to first, Reynolds to center. Obviously, we're going to have a new third baseman with Hancock on the bump.
Looks like Massengill to third.
Okay. And is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So he's in the game. Massengill's in the game for
Snyder. All right, so we think we've got it down. As Parker Hancock. Talk about a different look. Tall, beefy right-hander's got maybe a little bit more zip on that fastball. And Coach Epi understanding we're 6 outs away now from potentially picking up our 7th straight win. If you're Kalida, you still have plenty of time here, but at the same time, you got to flush that last inning and hit the reset button.
Yep, get back after it offensively here and see if you can make something happen against the new pitcher.
Now batting, number 2, Owen Siebenek.
So, it'll be 2, 3, and 4. Siebenek, Klossing, and Backrath to take their 3rd cuts of the afternoon. Siebenek, 0 for 2. It's grounded out to second. He's reached on an error on a ground ball to short that first baseman Colton Snyder just couldn't pick. Actually, didn't need to pick. He just couldn't pick the low throw. Hancock, woo! Absolutely wicked slider, sidearm, almost basically not quite submarine, but it certainly drops below 3/4. That was almost waist high. And we'll see if he doubles him up here. That's just sidearm heat. All right, you've seen this young man. He's going to be playing for you this summer. Break him down for us.
Yeah, he's a tall, lanky kid, competitor. I think this is the first opportunity I've had to see him pitch, but good arm slot. Gets down his leg pretty well there.
And works downstairs in the zone. Strike 2. He is a very different look, and this might take a few pitches for Kalida to pick him up. 1-2. Works out of the stretch even with nobody aboard. Oh, nasty slider starts right at Siebenek and breaks over the inner third for a West Banco strikeout to lead off the Kalida 6th. That was filthy.
Yeah, that was
Now
good job there. Started that one out kind of at him and then came across the inside corner.
Maybe he doesn't need to play in a tux.
Yeah. Maybe he can go to prom in his uniform.
There's a thought. He tries to work the inside corner. Parker, we're having some fun with you. You seem like a good-natured young man, and right now I don't think anybody would want to stand in against that slider. That is just filthy. 1-0 is Grant Clausing, 0 for 2. Couple of ground outs, 1 to second, 1 to short. I think it's some solid break. We talk about early break versus late break. That thing just changes about 3 lanes of traffic before you get an opportunity to take a swing at it. And then it'll bring you sidearm heat. So it looks like that arm slot is where he's going to be delivering everything.
It's definitely his arm slot right there. So
right now, though, he's looking to find the zone as he's dealt 3 straight balls to Griffin Clausing. The obligatory get-me-over fastball. It's a take for strike 1. But one thing we're noticing just through 2 early hitters, so small sample size, but he has been from the waist down in the zone. He hasn't gone upstairs at all.
Yeah, everything's down.
Ooh, and a bender that doesn't. Inside, Clausing realizes, I got 3 balls. I don't need to wear that one. I'll take it.
Get out of the way.
I don't know if he was joking with somebody in the batter's box or one of his teammates, but yeah, no need to wear that one. It's ball 4. So here's Bockrath digging in, 0 for 2. Strikeout swinging, strikeout looking. Hancock pitching from the first base side of the rubber. Slings a good sinking fastball for a strike. Ooh, beautiful short hop stab by Birchfield.
Yeah, nice job there to keep that runner at first base.
Normally that's when you want to get your feet out, but that got on him in such a hurry. You're not framing that. You're just trying to block it. A 1-1. Another nasty slider. I'm calling that a slider. I think that's probably the accurate
call. I think that's
call.
what that is, yeah, definitely.
It's got a good, what'd you call that? Maybe like a 10-4 type break on it?
Definitely. It comes across, not so much the up and down.
No, it's lateral. 1-2. Sidearm heat misses low and away. Bockrath trying to be patient. Again, came in hitting a very healthy 314 as the cleanup hitter today. Looking for his first hit. 2-2. Boy, that was right down central, and he fouled it straight back. It's one of those center cuts that every hitter will tell you, man, if I just got another inch or 2 on top of the ball.
Yeah, those are the ones you always want back.
Yep. Boy, he's right on top of the plate, too. I mean, he's really taking away the outer third. Bender, and you can hear the thud as that one didn't have the late snap on it. Bockrath wears one, and just like that, with only 1 down, the tying run is aboard here in the top of the 6th for the Wildcats.
Now batting, number 4.
Well,
Jackson Huff.
Give Hancock credit. He wasn't afraid to work inside, but that one just got away from him.
Oh, a good job there by the hitter of standing right there and wearing that. That's what you like to see.
So here's Hoffman digging in. 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Sidearm squirts out of the glove. The runner at second goes. A great snare by Massengale to keep that ball from going down the left field line and preventing a run. But both runners advance 90 feet on the wild pitch, and now all of a sudden the tying run is in scoring position.
Another great job of reading the ball down in the dirt. He did not hesitate there. As soon as he spread down, it took off, and got a couple of runners now, and a base hit could tie the game up.
Well, the infield is back. They will trade a run for an out. Boy, what's he coming at right now? Again, I'm not sure it's probably what we think it is, but it just looks a lot faster compared to Owens.
I would bet he's 80 to 82 right there. So, different arm slot makes it.
The 1-1. Sidearms downstairs in the cellar, ball 2. And I'm watching a little bit of frustrated body language from him now. He kind of throws his head sideways, smacks his mitt or glove up against his side. This is where you got to reset. 2-1. This one, a chopper up the middle, charging in is Farrell. He will field it across the diamond. They get one, but they trade the run as Clausing scores to pull Kalida to within one at 4-3. Backrap takes third on the play. Score at 6-3, give him an RBI, but now 2 down. It'll take a 2-out hit for Caden Looser.
Yeah, nice job hitting right there. You put a ball in play, got yourself a run, and
Looser 0 for 1 with a fly out to left and a walk, and he's right on top of the plate too. First pitch swinging, rolls it over on about 3 hops to second. Mosier's there, and he flips. So a little bit of a silver lining for Tinora as they keep the tying run at third, but Kalida claws back into it. 1 run on no hits, 1 error, and 1 left aboard. We are through 5.5. Rams looking for some insurance as we head to the bottom of the frame. Tinora 4, Kalida 3. You're watching DCTV Sports.
When a fire or natural disaster throws a penalty flag, let ServiceMaster Restore work for you. Anything from minor cleanups to complete overhaul and rebuilding. Contact ServiceMaster by McCann.
In life, unexpected challenges can test us. If you've been seriously injured in a car accident, you deserve a team that understands. Because your story matters. Call Arthur Law Firm today. We'll fight for you every step of the way.
Sun beaming down here at Group Field, and man, is it welcomed. It feels much warmer, about 90 minutes from when we started first pitch. Put her to work. What's her thermostat on her phone say? 20 minutes in front of the noon hour. We threw out a first pitch at 10. The temperature read 42 degrees. Ooh, we are a balmy 45 right now, but with the breeze, what's it say? Does it have a wind on there?
37.
Feels like 37 with the wind chill. It's barbecuing weather here in Ohio, baby.
We got some changes out here.
And let's take
like
a
number
look.
11.
Do we? We have a new pitcher, yes. Number 11 is Zach Unverfirth, so he is coming from third base.
Looks like maybe just
Jackson
a
Hoffman.
straight
It looks like a straight change. Yep.
right there.
Hoffman goes to third. Unverfirth comes in to throw. All right. Well, Hoffman's pitch count was starting to get up there. My guess is they're wanting to make sure that they don't wear him out too much in a non-conference game on a Saturday. Unverfirth, I'll let you sort through it. I printed those out. Actually, my wife printed those off. She is basically an office stud. Let's put it that way. I said, "Hun, can you help me print off at least a portion of the spreadsheet?" And boom, she did it.
Looks like Unpreferred has thrown 12 innings in five appearances. He's got a 2.3 ERA.
Okay. Walks to strikeouts.
Looks like we've got 4 of each.
Okay, so dead even. Here's Owen Farrell digging in. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. He's looking at a 1-0 count. Now make it 2-0. Both these teams will get back after it next week, Tuesday. Rams travel to Paulding in another GMC matchup. Well, there's a sidearm strike right down central for 2-1 count. And it looks like, at least on the schedule that I was able to bring up, Kalida is off until next Wednesday. That's not a normal night for ball, but they are scheduled to play against Allen East.
Okay.
That should be 3-1, correct?
We got 2-1 here.
All right. This one off the end of the bat. High fly ball into center field. Looser drifting into the right field gap and makes the lazy catch. 1 down. Now, instead of Snyder, Jared Neff, check that. He's in the on-deck circle here.
This is Caden Massingale.
Caden Massingale, who came in to play third, spells Snyder. You can get the average on him.
He is at 250 and an on base of 308.
Okay. Well, that was one of the things in talking with Coach Tipton. He'd like to see the batting average rise, but the on-base percentage as an aggregate for the team has been more than exemplary this season. You find a way to get aboard.
Yeah, that's how you score runs. You got to get on base to score runs. So any way you can do that and benefit the team. And
I'm trying to think, was it 7 or 9 what would be considered quality at bats? It's this one, a strike on the inside corner. Boy, that's a beauty job of Umberfirth working both halves of the plate. Quality at bats, and of course you got the obvious ones. Obviously a base hit, a walk. Another bender, swing and a miss, and he just had Massengale guessing there. Strike 3.
In and out, up and down, had really good pitchers at bat right there.
So a Westbanco strikeout. It's a 2 up, 2 down, and here's Neff. So you add to them. There's obviously base hit, walk. You can reach on an error. Just reaching, obviously there's batter's interference.
Right.
But sacrifice fly, advancing a runner.
I think of, is it over a 6 pitch at bat?
Without a strikeout.
Will go down as a quality at bat. But there's just all kinds of things, I know we preach in the summer, you get a runner at third less than 2 outs. You can't strike out. You got to get him in. And, if you get a first pitch and a ground ball to second baseman, well, I tell you what, everybody in that dugout's up on you, and they're happy for you to get that run in.
Duo, Neff, a liner, snared by Hoffman. Wow, cat-like reflexes to his knees. Staying locked in, there's a reason they call it the hot corner. And it's a 1-2-3 frame for Tinora here in the bottom of the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left the board. We'll head to the top of the 7th. Wildcats need at least 1, or this one's going in the books. Rams 4, Wildcats 3. We'll have it for you when we come back. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Westbanco, building a better bank every day since 1870. Community-focused Westbanco. Find out more at westbanco.com.
Put him
first.
Looks
like Hancock over.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
Top of the 7th, sun beaming down, and we've got some defensive changes, and not the least of which, we go to the bump. Owen Farrell. Thank you very much. That's why I got up at 6:30 this morning. I know you were up probably 2 hours earlier than that. Owen Farrell, he is the closer. He's 1-0 on the season, but he's got 2 saves to his credit. He's allowed just 5 hits, but not a single run allowed this season. As a matter of fact, how about this for a walk-to-strikeout ratio? 3 free passes to 13 Ks, better than a 4-to-1 ratio. And his whip, a 0.857. This is the guy you want on the hill with the game on the line. So, keep an eye out for who's made position switches here. That means we're going to have a new shortstop. Mosier goes to short. So who's now at second? Stein stays at first. Where's Hancock?
It looks to me like Stark is in the game for Hancock, and Stark goes to second base.
Okay.
Now batting, number 22.
And Massengale stays at third. Okay, we think we've got it. All right, fair enough. Well, here we go. Kalida needs a run, at least 1, or they're going to find themselves on a 3-game skid. And who would have thought of that? Bottom of the order, 7, 8, and 9. Lease, Umberfirth, and Colley. 1-0 the count. This one misses in the dirt, 2-0. Again, if you're Farrell here, the last thing you want to do is put the leadoff man who would represent the tying run aboard. There's a good sinking fastball, strike 1.
I think Farrell's been a big surprise for them on the mound, just as many strikes as he throws. And
this one chopped foul. Did he go after ball 3 maybe there? It was high above the letters. He couldn't lay off of it. Trying to figure out what type of bat he's got. It looks like it's been shipped from Germany. 2-2, ground ball deep in the hole at short, backhanded by Mosier. That's going to be a long throw, and Stein cannot come up with it, but a nice job by Birchfield to back him up, and that's just a great job of placing them where they aren't. Infield single for Lease, and the tying run is aboard. Zach Umberfirth is going to come in. Are we going to have a pinch runner, or is they going to keep Lease in the game?
Yeah.
Well, are you playing small ball here?
Interesting here. It depends. I guess it depends on where you think you are in your order. Do you play for the tie, or do you try to get another guy on and then move him over?
Well, we just got the look there. Squaring to bunt, and did he offer? Apparently not. Ball one. Stein continues to hold Lease at first, and he's going. Oh, and over the helmet of Unverfirth. And Birchfield's back, and right now Farrell, not sure if the game's moving just a little bit quick for him, but forget the need for a sacrifice, as that was a straight steal. And if Unverfirth didn't have quicker reflexes, there'd be runners at first and second right now.
Yeah, probably definitely moving him now. If you were bunting him at first, probably definitely bunting now.
He squares to bunt. He did offer, strike one. Again, our coaches always used to say they're trying to give you an
out. Throw it at their bat.
Exactly. Two and one. Farrell deals. This one bunted back to the mound. Farrell's only play will be at first. They got him. Sacrifice does the job, though, as the tying run just 90 feet away.
Now batting, number 12, Nathan Colley.
So here's Nathan Colley. And this is where, if you are Farrell, you really need to be your own best friend here.
Yeah, definitely looking to try to get a punch out or a pop up here.
Colley 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. He's also grounded out to third. The infield is drawn in. They will come home if they get the chance, as a bender misses upstairs. Colley, as we mentioned, 0 for 1 today. Trying to see his situationals if we've got him. He's hitting .243 entering today, but with that infield drawn in, you almost always add about 30 to 40 points onto a guy's average as he fouls this one away, 1-1. High leverage situation here in the top of the 7th. Tinora clinging to a 1-run lead. Only one down. Bender misses inside, 2-1. But Farrell's body language just is not looking too good. He's looking very upset, very frustrated. This is where you have to lock back in. You got to have a short memory as a reliever. 2-1. Runs him inside. Okay. Well, standing in the on-deck circle is the top of the order in Logan Kerner. Infield really in, especially at the corners, and he hits him. Okay, trip to the mound here?
Yeah, you're definitely, or from someone here, just to slow him down a little bit.
He seems to be moving a bit. Things seem to be moving a bit quick right now for Owen Farrell.
Because you're still just one pitch away.
Yep, and here comes Coach Tipton, and he's going to make this as slow walk. And this is just to try and let the young man maybe try and heal himself a little bit.
Let him slow down, and you're going to come out and talk here probably a little bit about what you want to do.
Where dinner at prom is tonight. Yeah. Sometimes you talk about things other than the game, right?
Yeah, just tell him, if you don't roll a ground ball here, you might be late for pictures.
Well, that would be one way to motivate him. Again, you slow down here because putting a runner at first isn't necessarily the worst thing in the world. Granted, it is the go-ahead run, but you induce a ground ball and you also are out of this game and you're on your way to get yourself set up for prom pictures, right?
Yep, and I'm sure that's what Coach Tipton's telling him. Yep. Say you're one pitch away, get us a ground ball. Get us a ground ball up the middle here, and the game's going to be over.
Trust your stuff. So here's Kerner, 0 for 3 today. Matter of fact, he's grounded out back to the pitcher twice. He struck out swinging to lead off the ball game in the first. He's got a chance to tie this ball game up. Top of the 7th, 1 down. Runners at the corners. Tinora clinging to a 4-3 lead. Farrell comes set. They're not holding. This one, a shot back up the middle, diving stop, and unable to come up with it is Stark. He was at least trying to get one at second. He could not do it, and the tying run comes home in the person of Lease. We're knotted up at 4-all.
Yeah, good effort there. Just couldn't come up with the play, and
infield single and an RBI, and Kalida now with runners at first and second for Owen Siebenek. Farrell deals inside. Good firm fastball on the inner third. Oh and 1. Bender misses outside. Farrell from the stretch. And bunt being shown, and he bunts. He gets it down. Got to get that wheel play on. Birchfield will go to first. Was that again a true sacrifice, or was he bunting for a hit?
That was a sacrifice. Nice job, though, getting that down. That pitch was up and in. And
interesting, even with the tying run and scoring position, they elect to go with the sacrifice. And that took some quick bat movement because that ball was right at his letters. So 2 down. But now the go-ahead run stands at, they're going to go ahead and intentionally walk Griffin Clausing.
17, Adam Backrath.
So percentage baseball here to get the force at any base. Intentional walk. Loads the bases. Up steps Adam Backrath. 0 for 2. Hit by a pitch his last trip up. 2 down. Nowhere to put him. Farrell sets, comes home with the bender, and a good stop by Birchfield.
Yeah, really nice job there by Birchfield behind the plate. A lot of pressure on the catcher here. And because as a pitcher, you still have to be able to throw anything you want to throw and trust your catcher. He's going to block it.
The 1-0. Fastball. High fly ball deep to center field. And Phil going back and makes the catch. Boy, Reynolds had a long way to run, but they had him played well. And the damage kept to a minimum here in the top of the 7th. But not before Kalida comes up with the equalizer. 1 run on 2 hits. No errors, and the base is left juiced. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. Does Tinora have any heroics in him, or are we going to be talking bonus baseball? Stick around and find out. Tied up at 4-all, you're watching DCTV Sports.
Estill Chevrolet Cadillac is this area's new and used car headquarters, earning your trust one satisfied customer at a time. Estill Chevrolet Cadillac, North Clinton Street in Defiance, and online at drivebobestill.com. For the past 70 years, Midwest Community Federal Credit Union has been your financial partner, helping you achieve your dreams and secure your future. Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, with locations in Defiance, Bryan, and Napoleon. Find out more at midwestcommunity.org.
I got this Yeti, I think about 6, maybe 7 years ago. First time I've ever used it.
First time.
My wife claimed it the minute I brought it home. It has kept hot coffee warm.
There you go.
Over 3 hours. So
it's not bad in this weather.
No. Well, she did a good job, and I told her sleep in. I can make my own coffee. She's like, no, she's making some homemade cinnamon rolls this morning.
Ooh.
So she made. I will, if there's any left, if our neighbors don't scarf them all up, I may bring some next week for the crew. If not, I can probably guarantee some homemade chocolate chip or oatmeal raisin cookies. So we'll wait and see. You haven't had any of those, have you? You ever had my wife's bacon?
I've had her cookies,
okay.
yeah.
I was going to say.
Yeah, pretty good.
I married a farm girl.
There you go.
Yep. Which is why I'm about 25 pounds heavier than when we first got married.
Yeah, they make sure you don't go hungry.
Very true.
My wife's family is all farmers, and if you leave their house hungry, it's your own fault.
Hey, Italians on my dad's side, so you don't have an option of not getting seconds and sometimes thirds. Country folk on my mom's side, so it was not uncommon, like, say, on a weekend if we visited my dad's side, mustacholi bracciola, simmering like for 3 or 4 hours, big pieces of sausage and ribs. But then the next day, fried chicken and mashed potatoes. So growing up, I got the best of both worlds. Tied at 4 here in the bottom of the 7th. Short hopper to third base, and that is a really good job by Hoffman as being moved over to play third. He takes what would have been an infield single away from Avery Mosier. One down, and the lineup turns over for Logan Stein. Tied up at 4-all. Kalida got the equalizer in the top half of this frame. A 3 spot for the Rams back in the 5th. At the time seemed like it would hold up at 4-1, but not the case. Stein 1 for 2 with a walk and a single. Takes downstairs, and here comes that wind, and the sun has disappeared behind the clouds again. Yuck. Whew. Yeah, you're feeling it now, aren't you? The 1-0. Underfirth on for his second full innings worth of work in relief. This one misses downstairs. And there's that difference between what Kalida was able to do in the top half of this frame, get the leadoff man aboard, versus Tinora. Nifty play by Hoffman to prevent the leadoff man from getting aboard, but now Stein's looking at a 3-0 count. You taking a strike here?
Oh, you're taking here, yes. You got to have a base runner.
We'll see if Underfirth nibbles on that outside corner. Strike 1. That's been a pitch that Nick Damon's been given.
Yeah, he's been given that.
Absolutely.
Nick does a great job back there.
3-1. Right down central, hugging the line. Diving stop by Clausing. It's a race to the bag. They got him. That would have easily been a double, if not more, and instead, Kalida is flashing some fancy leather here in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, great play right there. Diving play behind the bag, got up and outran Stein to the base. Tremendous, tremendous effort right there.
Now, Stein dove, and we were always taught you're not trying to beat a tag at first, you're just trying to beat the throw. Would he have been better served to hustle and maybe stretch, or is it 6 and 1 half dozen?
Yeah, I think, depending on what you're thinking right there, again, you run through the bag, there might be some contact. So
all you're trying to do, though, is beat the guy.
Beat the guy there.
Want to know the count to Mills. Great play by Hoffman to lead off the inning. Clausing with an even better web gem. Check swing, strike on the inside corner. Tenora's got to be wondering, what do we got to do?
Yeah, definitely some really, really good defensive plays out here today.
1-1. Bender misses outside. Working our way towards the noon hour here at Group Field. Two on. Upstairs. Underfirth is a nibbler. He's not really going to bring you anything down the river, but man, he works around the zone.
Yeah, he's probably in the mid-70s, but does a good job of getting on the edges and up and down.
This one, ground ball, deep to short. Colley's got it across the diamond and very close at first, and they get him on another bang-bang play. Wow. 3 nifty defensive plays coming from all over the infield for Kalida here in the top of the 7th. And we will have bonus ball. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We'll go to the top of the 8th. Wildcats 4, Rams 4. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Proudly serving the area with the highest quality contracting services for nearly 100 years. Baker Schindler Company of Defiance and Paulding. 419-782-5080. Online at baker-schindler.com.
Superior Credit Union, a not-for-profit, member-owned financial cooperative. Visit superiorcu.com to find out more about joining the winning team at Superior Credit Union.
Bonus balls, we welcome you back to Group Field. Brent Balbinot alongside the coach Alan Mag. Our crew doing more than yeoman's work on breakfast at the ballpark. We had a 10 a.m. first pitch. So we're working our way towards the noon hour. But we're going, matter of fact, we're right at the noon hour in a 4-4 ball game. Kalida scored the equalizer in the top of the seventh.
Now batting number 4, Jackson Huffman.
And on for another inning's worth of work. I believe we still have Farrell out there, don't we?
Yes.
Yes. 5, 6, and 7. Hoffman, Looser, and Lease taking their cuts here. Trying to see if they can't come up with the go-ahead run. Fastball popped up, left side, playable for Massengale. A couple steps on the infield. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Now batting number 3, Caden Louser.
I just heard the PA announcer refer to it or pronounce it as Louser. We have been saying Looser. He's been playing pretty loose.
Yeah, he has.
So, Caden, our apologies if we were incorrect. One 1-0, time being granted. Misses outside. Farrell looks like a different pitcher here to open up this inning. He just didn't quite look like he had settled in quite yet last frame. Doesn't get the outside corner on a tough one on the black, and now it's 3-0 to Louser. Misses inside, ball 4. Go ahead, run aboard with 1 down here in the top of the 8th. Here's Lease.
Now batting number 22, Gavin Lease.
Well, again, had he been the leadoff man, you would have probably expected small ball here, but not in this situation,
not
do
now.
you?
No, not now. Chance maybe to run a little bit if you,
Boy,
if you think you can.
He's got a really good lead. He bluffs going. Swing and a miss as the bottom fell out of that pitch. At least can't catch up with it. Stein holding, but Louser, and they're going to chase him back. He's got the oven mitt on, so for protection. The 0-1. Boy, good movement on a good firm fastball. Strike 2. This is the Owen Farrell that we're used to seeing.
Yeah, pounding the zone and getting ahead.
0-2. Outside target by Birchfield. Runner goes. Can he do anything with it? Throw down on the bag, but it's a little short. That's a tough pitch to work with on a steal. Yeah. And Kalida being aggressive.
He got a great jump there. Ball was a little bit down in a way. It's a tough pitch to throw.
I was about to ask you, do you pitch out in that anticipation there, but I should have asked it to pitch a go. 1-2. Upstairs. That almost looked like a knuckleball. 2-2. Have to ask him if that's a pitch that he normally throws. Brings a fastball there. Strike 3 at the knees, and Lease is clearly looking for something else, as that's a backwards K, a West Banco strikeout for the second out.
Number 11, Zach Underfirth.
Underfirth will dig in. Laid down a sacrifice just an inning ago that advanced what ended up being the tying run to third base. Takes a fastball here, sends it up the middle. That's a long way to range for Mosier. Across the diamond, and they got him. So the 1-out walk doesn't do any damage. As we head to the bottom of the frame, no runs on no hits, no errors, 1 left aboard. 1 run wins it for Tinora. We'll wait and see if they've got one in them or if Kalida can keep this one going. Don't go anywhere. Wildcats 4, Rams 4. You're watching DCTV Sports.
When a fire or natural disaster throws a penalty flag, let ServiceMaster Restore work for you. Anything from minor cleanups to complete overhaul and rebuilding. Contact ServiceMaster by McCann.
At Arthur Law Firm, we understand how overwhelming life can be after being seriously injured in a car accident. With over 50 years of experience, Arthur Law Firm has a track record of getting the results you deserve. When you don't know where to turn, get answers with Arthur. Call us today.
Not quite as sunny as it was a couple of innings ago, but Since we're glass half full kind of people here at DCTV, we'll call it partly sunny instead of partly cloudy. Yes? No? Come on, Josh. Josh looks at me with the most crinkled, distressed look I've seen in probably 2 years of working with him. You doing all right? Okay. Huh? If he were any better, he'd be twins or just sold a $500,000 home. Exactly. One of those two things. We welcome you back. Bottom of the 8th here at Group Field. Well, it is the meat of the order. 3, 4, and 5, Reynolds, Hancock, and Birchfield to take their first cuts against reliever Zach Unverfurth for Kalida. If you need a run, this is probably the stretch of the lineup that you want up, Coach.
Yeah, definitely. You can go 3, 4, and 5. That's why they're here.
And Tenora's, they haven't gone much. They haven't had the opportunities much this ball game, but they've been effective when they have. So we'll wait and see, but that all-important leadoff man in the form of Owen Reynolds will lead it off. He is 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts. He did reach on a fielder's choice back in the 5th. Unverfurth, sidearm. This one a little humpback liner and over shortstop into left field. There you go. Leadoff man aboard. What were we just saying?
There's the start you're looking for, and a good job there by Owen, getting the box ready to hit, and you got a first pitch you can handle.
Parker Hancock.
Well, Parker Hancock does have some pop in the bat, but situational baseball, are you doing anything but having him square around here?
I would be surprised if they don't get a bunt down here.
Boy, takes a first pitch strike. Were you maybe giving him one to work with there, but certainly now you're thinking sacrifice?
Yeah.
Or
maybe we're going to, do we run here? They've had some success running today, so.
Reynolds can pick him up and lay him down. He's got a decent lead. Clausing is holding him. This one misses downstairs. Boy, this is a beautiful field, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Get a good look. That's a decent lead at first, and the runner goes. Pitches downstairs, throws short hops, but it's there in time. It got there on 2 hops, and I'm just not sure what happened. Reynolds looked like he kind of short-stepped the bag before he went into his full slide, and that might have cost him.
Yeah, nice job there. Tough, it was a curveball, good, and then used the turf to his advantage there, trying to throw him out, so.
And there's a called third strike as Hancock goes down looking, and what was just a golden opportunity for Tinora not only snuffed out, but there's 2 down with nobody aboard.
Number 5, Alan Birchfield.
Yeah, Kalida's gotten themselves out of a jam in a matter of about 2 pitches right there.
Bachrath, you talked about it, using the turf to his advantage because that got there on 1.5 hops? But late approach to the bag, it looked like there by Reynolds as this one popped off the end of the bat from Birchfield, and all of a sudden an inning that started so promisingly ends up being a quick 1-2-3 frame. We will head to the top of the 9th. Kalida 4, Tinora 4. You're watching DCTV Sports.
West Banco, building a better bank every day since 1870. Community-focused West Banco. Find out more at westbanco.com.
That stole easy.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
Back at Group Field, we head to the top of the 9th. 4 runs on 2 hits, 2 errors for Kalida. 4 runs on 2 hits, 2 errors for Tinora. As on for a 3rd inning's worth of relief work. Farrell getting a little bit of help as Birchfield had to get back into the dugout and get his gear on. Owen Farrell looked much better, much different last inning than he did 2 innings ago. Looks like he's found his groove. And I know it's tough sometimes, especially at the prep level, when you don't have the opportunity to do a true bullpen warm-up. You're being called from a position. But right now, the young man just looks like he's being really hard on himself. Even during warm-ups here, his bender isn't quite snapping off the way that we're used to it. And that's what happens when you're a perfectionist. We get it. Does he have a knuckler?
The last inning, it looked like he threw one.
I'm watching him throw a few here, too. Now, there's a regular bender, but he's thrown a couple with the seams very fat. I would like to talk to him and see if that's something that he's worked on or if that's a pitch that he's had.
Here it comes.
Yeah, he does. Whew. Phil Necro would be proud. Man, that thing sits fat.
Pitch.
You betcha. So here we go, top of the ninth. The 9-hole. Nathan Cowley will lead it off for Kalida. Logan Kerner on deck and Owen Siebenek in the hole. Meeting on the mound. Everybody going to have a quick chat.
Nathan Cowley.
This is where you just tell Farrell, trust your stuff and bring it.
Yeah, come after kids and let your defense play.
We talked about it. Both these teams have prom later on tonight. The dance will be a lot more enjoyable with a win. It's kind of like homecoming. Coach always told us during football season. This one popped up. First pitch swinging. Cowley sends it right side into kind of the Bermuda Triangle area there, but more known as right center. And that's a nice job of communication by Reynolds to call everybody off and make the catch. One pitch, one out. Lineup turns over for Logan Kerner. 2 innings ago, he got the infield single back up the middle that brought home the game-tying run. His first hit of the day. Whoa, and he takes one over his helmet.
Catching some flack from the dugout there. His buddy's telling him to wear that.
Right off the noggin. One of my old coaches used to say, anywhere else you would have hurt you. You take one in the head, no problem. 2-0 as this one bounces in the left-handed box. There's a good sinking fastball, popped up, right side, foul territory. Long way to run, but nobody's going to be able to catch it up with this one. I'm looking at Parker Hancock back at first.
Yep, probably re-entered the game. And
yep. So then where is Stein? Did he move back to center field?
Stein's in left field.
Stein's in left. We're trying to keep an eye on everybody here, folks. Doing one. Letter high, popped him up again. Foul territory. Birchfield giving chase up against the fence and just over the fence. 2-2. I should have asked, maybe you know off the top of your head, but when was this turf installed here on the infield? Do you know? When was the turf installed here on the infield?
22.
22?
Maybe.
23?
Okay. I'm thinking 22.
This one, a chopper to short. Moser stays low on it. And, wow, great hustle down the first base line. And Kerner legs out an infield single.
Yeah, good hustle down the line there. A little chopper to short that they stayed back on. And
now batting number 2.
Boy, he can pick him up and lay him down. So a 1-out single puts the go-ahead run aboard for Owen Siebenek. I have no idea what this chant is coming out of the Kalida dugout. The runner goes, and nobody's there to cover. Stolen base. Boy, Wildcats being very aggressive right now.
Yeah, they are. When you struggle offensively, those are things you have to do. You have to invent ways to move runners, score runs, and they've done a good job of that in big spots today.
Pitch was a strike to Siebenek. 0-1. That was a knuckleball chopped over the mound. Stark comes over at second, sidearms it to first, but it advances the runner. So 2 away, but now the go-ahead run standing at third. I think we'll nickname that chant out of the Kalida dugout the balling calf. What, have you ever heard that before? What the heck is that? There it goes again. It's the balling calf, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, there's a knuckler that bends. Bottom kind of fell out of that. That's a tough pitch to master. Really is. Klossing takes for strike 1. This one, ground ball through the 5-5 hole. Hands over his head as Kerner comes home to score. And Kalida takes a 5-4 lead. Well, the balling calf has birthed the run. And that was one of those situations where it's not how hard you hit them, but it's where you place them. Here's Bockrath digging in, takes in the cellar. This place is like a library right now. Check out a book. A liner back up the middle. That one caught too much of the plate. Uh-oh, and misplayed by Reynolds in center field. And that's going to allow an extra 90 feet, even on the play ahead of him. That is gutsy running by Bockrath to take second. Wow. And Kalida is really turning up the heat here in the top of the ninth. We're going to call that a single and an error?
Yeah, that's a single and an
E8.
E8 letting the runners move up.
And we are going to have, I believe, a call to the bullpen here. Coach Tipton, or is he not? We'll wait and see. Farrell's coming off the bump like he's expecting a new pitcher. But
Yep.
And is it going to be Birchfield? So he's going to head to the dugout, ditch his gear, and you talk about having to do a quick warm-up. So this is going to be a roulette wheel defensively now for the Rams, and we will try and keep an eye out as to who will be going where. Again, we had a re-entry with Hancock now at first. Stein is in left. I don't believe Mills is on the field. Birchfield is about to pitch. And the question is who comes in at catcher. This is where, at the high school level, you really become more of a chess master than a baseball coach, don't you?
Moving the pieces.
Absolutely. So Birchfield, who is a starter, is being asked to come on in relief here in the top of the ninth and keep the damage to a minimum, as the Wildcats have already scored 1 run on 3 hits and an error. And are you seeing movement anywhere else on the field here?
No, just whoever is coming in behind the plate here.
We're about to get a look at his number. Turn around, young man. It's going to be 19. That's Doug Hattemer, excuse me. Hattemer, last time we saw him, he was on the bump against, was it Eden?
Eden.
Yep.
Yes.
Transfer from Defiance. So bonus baseball here for a couple of innings, but Kalida has been extremely aggressive in the top of the ninth. Right now with 2 outs and runners at second and third. You know the Wildcats want a little insurance. And Birchfield, it's not exactly a good omen as the throw goes over the entire infield. But this is a tough spot to be because not only are you switching positions, but entirely different positions. You have to ditch the gear from catcher, kind of get back out on the bump. They're going to give him plenty of time to warm up here, but crucial situation. Still anybody's ball game, but another run, certainly more than that, and you get the feeling Kalida is going to be in the catbird seat.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. If you can get a big hit here and get a couple, you got to like your chances.
Well, this game threw out a first pitch at 10 o'clock. We are 2 hours and 20 minutes into it. Tip of the cap to our crew. It's warmed up slightly, but that wind, as you can hear over our crowd mic, doesn't really make it feel like it. When we scheduled this one, it was originally to replace a game that was lost in a couple of weeks on a Tuesday. Tinora was scheduled to play Archbold in a non-conference matchup, but with too many conference games banged due to weather. They replaced that game. I'm trying to think who's coming into town next Tuesday, but just the same, we put this one on the schedule. We anticipated with it being in May that it would be at least a little warmer than this. And first pitch through the backstop, and that's going to be a run. And Hatmer throws it on the infield. Are they going to go ahead and wave the second runner around? Play at the plate. Got him! Backrath thought he beat the tag, but home plate umpire Nick Damon was right there. But another big insurance run comes home on the wild pitch. So 2 runs as they're going to score that. 2, what was that? 1? 2-3-1, correct?
Yes.
For the third out. But they do get a pair on 3 hits, 1 error, and nobody left aboard. Tinora needs at least a pair, or this one is in the books. We'll head to the bottom of the 9th. Wildcats 6, Rams 4. You're watching DCTV Sports.
West Banco, building a better bank every day since 1870. Community-focused West Banco. Find out more at westbanco.com.
Totally something, you know what I'm saying, babe?
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
Well, that last wild pitch at the backstop, it sent almost everything flying off our table. Our monitor is sideways. My depth chart got knocked off the fencing that I keep it loosely taped up with. I really love calling the ball game here, though, don't you? I mean, we're right in between the backstop and the concession stand.
But I spot you right in the middle of everything.
You get a good look at pitches as they come in. You get a good look at the entire field. It's really good stuff. Right now, Tenora's hoping for some really good stuff. They need at least a pair, or woulda, coulda, shoulda. They took a 1-run lead going into the top of the 7th, surrendered the equalizer. They got the leadoff man aboard in the 8th, but couldn't do anything with it, getting caught stealing. So it'll be 6, 7, and 8. Farrell, should be Massengale and Neff. And here's Unverforth in position. He came in just trying to bridge the gap. He's in position for the win now. Is this inning number 4 or 3?
He came in. This will be inning 4.
Yeah.
He threw the 5th, right?
It's not just long relief. He's in position to pick up the win and snap a 2-game losing skid for the Wildcats.
Nice job of coming in and keeping things where they were at while his offense got going a little bit.
So here's Farrell, 0 for 2 with a walk. Digs in from the right side. Takes a little low. Conversely, Tinora had been playing great ball entering today's contest. Winners of 6 straight. They need 2, at least. And this one, nibbling on the corner. Unverforth. I think that's probably an accurate nickname for it, isn't it? The Nibbler?
The Nibbler.
He really is. He can work the zone. 1-1. Ground ball back to him. Also fielding his position. He'll flip this one to first. 1 away.
Number 23, Colton Snyder.
So with 1 down, that'll bring up, are we going to have a pinch hitter here? There is this Massengale.
Get another re-entry. Here's this.
This is going to be, yep, Colton Snyder. So he's re-entered. 1-0. Sidearm. There's a strike. The 1-1. Unverforth deals, misses upstairs. Tall, lanky righty. Comes home right down central. This is going to be a 2-hopper to third. Hoffman's got it. Across the diamond. Rams are down to their final out.
Now batting, number 7.
Here's Neff. 0 for 2 with a walk. barreled the ball up his last trip to the plate in the 6th, hit a rod right at Hoffman at third, who made a tremendous snare. He just needs to get aboard, and he wears one, I was about to say, any way you can to bring the tying run to the plate in the person of Avery Mosier.
Now batting number 3, Avery Mosier.
Mosier 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. He came home as part of that 3-run 5th that at the time gave the Rams some pretty good cushion, up 4-1. That has quickly disappeared. As he takes in the cellar here, ball 1. Well, should he be able to reach, the lineup turns over and you got some pretty good bats waiting to do some damage.
Yeah, Avery's definitely working a bat here and try to get on and see what the top of your order can do for you.
1-0. Also just a little low. 2-0. Out of the stretch. Works him inside. Nibbles on the corner for a called strike. Long look in. Unverfirth from the belt. Ooh, paints the inside corner. You can see Mosier's look there. That was tight.
Yeah, gave him black there, but a good job of getting in. And
try and paint that spot again. You give him a different look here. Oh, he grooves this one right down the middle, but it's nubbed back to the mound. Snared from his knees to his feet, and that will do it. So from the jaws of the tiger, the Wildcats show a little bit of fight. No runs on no hits, no errors, 1 left aboard here in the bottom of the 9th. And Kalida comes from behind to pick up the win. 6 runs on 5 hits, despite a couple of errors. Tinora, 4 runs on just 2 hits, 4 crucial errors. And with it, Wildcats get off the snide, breaking a 2-game losing streak. Or on the flip side, the Rams see a 6-game win streak come to an end. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll get your post-game set. Don't go anywhere. Kalida picks up the win here, 6-4 on a Saturday morning at Tinora. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Estill Chevrolet Cadillac is this area's new and used car headquarters, earning your trust one satisfied customer at a time. Estill Chevrolet Cadillac, North Clinton Street in Defiance, and online at drivebobestill.com. For the past 70 years, Midwest Community Federal Credit Union has been your financial partner, helping you achieve your dreams and secure your future. Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, with locations in Defiance, Bryan, and Napoleon. Find out more at midwestcommunity.org. Proudly serving the area with the highest quality contracting services for nearly 100 years. Baker Schindler Company of Defiance and Paulding. 419-782-5080. Online at baker-schindler.com.
Superior Credit Union, a not-for-profit, member-owned financial cooperative. Visit superiorcu.com to find out more about joining the winning team at Superior Credit Union.
Stanball Jewelers is your trusted source for diamonds, fine jewelry, watches, and gifts. Whether you're looking for a dazzling engagement ring, a timeless anniversary gift, or a present for someone special, Stanball Jewelers has something for every occasion. Visit us today and discover why we've been serving the community since 1948.
When a fire or natural disaster throws a penalty flag, let ServiceMaster Restore work for you. Anything from minor cleanups to complete overhaul and rebuilding. Contact ServiceMaster by McCann.
In life, unexpected challenges can test us. If you've been seriously injured in a car accident, you deserve a team that understands. Because your story matters. Call Arthur Law Firm today. We'll fight for you every step of the way.
Back at Group Field, and there you get a good look at the Rams thinking woulda, coulda, shoulda here this afternoon. They took a 1-run lead into the top of the 7th, but Kalida said, hey, we made the bus ride for a reason. As they picked up 1 run on a couple of hits, they left the bases loaded in that frame. They might have won this game in regulation. But Tinora, just one of those situations where maybe one more at bat, one more play, but you can say that almost at any ball game. But with it, the Wildcats break a 2-game skid while at the same time snapping a 6-game winning streak for the Rams by a final of 6-4. As we welcome you back to Group Field, Brent Balbinot, Coach Alan Magg. Unofficially, the line for Kalida, 6 runs on 5 hits, a couple of errors. Tinora, 4 runs on 2 hits and 4 errors. And who would have thought this but Zach Unverfurth, who starts the day at third base, comes in, throws 4 innings of relief, and ends up picking up the victory. But it kind of goes to show you, again, high school baseball, especially with maybe the depth where you need your best athletes on the field at any given point in time. He came on and just did what they needed to do, keeping Tenora's offense in check, and with it, he picks up the win this afternoon.
Yeah, he did a really nice job of coming in. I think he came in the 6th through the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, and did a really good job of just throwing the ball across the plate and keeping his team close to where once his offense got going, it gave him a chance to win the baseball game.
Logan Kerner started slow at the plate for the Wildcats, but his last 2 at-bats were both big. He had the game-tying RBI in the top of the 7th, and he had an infield single and scored a run in the top of the 9th. He goes 2 for 5 with a run scored and an RBI today. Also, Griffin Clausing, in addition to a tremendous defensive play down at first that probably at the time kept what would have been the winning run off the scoreboard. He goes 2 for 5 today with an RBI and a run scored. On the flip side, for the Rams, again, not a whole lot offensively. Logan Stein goes 1 for 3. Owen Reynolds goes 1 for 4 with an RBI. Parker Hancock this afternoon goes 1 for 3 with 2 RBI, but it was not enough as Kalida with the victory again, 6-4. What we are going to do is take one more quick timeout, and when we come back, we'll put a wrap on our post game. You are watching DCTV Sports.
Estill Chevrolet Cadillac is this area's new and used car headquarters, earning your trust one satisfied customer at a time. Estill Chevrolet Cadillac, North Clinton Street in Defiance, and online at drivebobestill.com. For the past 70 years, Midwest Community Federal Credit Union has been your financial partner, helping you achieve your dreams and secure your future. Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, with locations in Defiance, Bryan, and Napoleon. Find out more at midwestcommunity.org.
Back at Group Field, while the sun comes out right as we get set to do our post game. Brent Balbinot alongside Coach Alan Magg, as what a ball game here this afternoon. Non-conference matchup, but just the same, you want to win. And a come-from-behind victory for Kalida as they knock off the Rams of Tinora by a score of 6-4. Just a hard-played, really gritty ball game in gritty conditions here this morning, Alan. And sometimes you just tip your cap to the opposition. Kalida looked like they were all but out of this one, but there's an old phrase, you're never out of it until the final out, and that's exactly what played out here today.
Yeah, Kalida kept fighting and found a way to keep the game close as their offense was struggling. Then they got their offense going, got a couple of big hits, took advantage of a few mistakes, and got the win today. But, on the flip side, Tinora, they can take away from this that it's a pretty good team they got beat by, and they still have a lot to play for coming this week as they have a chance to win the conference on Tuesday, and I'm sure that was Coach Tipton's message to the team right there.
Well, they head to Paulding on Tuesday, an extra day of rest for Kalida as a rare Wednesday matchup versus Allen East. Our schedule right now for DCTV is in flux. We are tentatively scheduled to be at Ayersville Monday for baseball versus Fort Jennings, but the forecast does not look like it's going to cooperate. Rain pretty much all day. If that happens, we are making contingency plans to be at Defiance on Tuesday for softball, as they will have senior day. If that happens, we will replace our originally scheduled Defiance softball game on Thursday with baseball at Ayersville on Thursday. But all we can tell you is stay tuned, and we'll let you know. Coach, appreciate you throwing on the headsets on a chilly Saturday morning, and enjoy prom tonight, will you?
Yeah, we will.
For our entire crew doing more than yeoman's work, our underwriters for helping make the broadcast a possibility, and as always, you, the fan, for tuning in. For Coach Mag, I'm Brent Balbinot. Final score here this afternoon, Kalida 6, Tinora 4. You've been watching a sports presentation of DCTV.